All right. Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Hope we're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. We'll be getting underway in just a couple of seconds here. Chris, good afternoon. Mariner, good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. Good to see you both again. Welcome. All right then, guys. So welcome to the stream. We are here today at Gatwick Airport. We're going to be flying from Gatwick to Manchester today in a couple of short British Airways legs, which is actually based on a real-world flight that British Airways have just announced that they're going to be restarting. This is a flight that I believe they had done in the past, but had stopped doing it for whatever reason, probably COVID, let's face it. And so they're starting up this route again in the next few weeks. So I thought I would do this flight, essentially. We've done a lot of Heathrow, Manchester, and it's a very popular route on VATSIM. So I thought I'd do this, get a bit of ATC comms in for you guys, get a bit of British Airways action. We haven't flown out of Gatwick actually on stream for quite some time, so it should be quite fun. We do have some controllers on at the moment, so that also should be quite good. On top of that, I was actually going to do this flight later on this afternoon for Midweek Madness, but unfortunately, I'm actually going out tonight, so can't do Midweek Madness unfortunately. But nevertheless, we will be doing a bit of a VATSIM fly. Nevertheless, we do have some controls on, so it should be quite good. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I hope we're doing well today. We are flying in X-Plane today, and we're going to be flying with the Toliss A319. As you can see, this picture. What sim is it, guys? What sim is it? I mean, you know, to me, that low-key looks like Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we're going to be using a brand new add-on for X-Plane today called Enhanced Skyscapes. Actually, let me just check I got the name of that correct. I think it's actually Enhanced Skyscapes. Yeah. Because there was a freeware version of this beforehand, and let me just turn the music down a touch here. Yeah, there was a freeware version of this previously, and I think that was called Enhanced Cloudscapes. This is the full release version. It's called Enhanced Skyscapes. And as you can see, it adds some nice volumetric clouds to X-Plane, and it really does change quite a lot, actually, in X-Plane. It changes the whole sort of atmosphere and visibility depiction. Visibility is a little bit overdone now. Hopefully we won't come across that too much today. But nevertheless, it should be very, very fun. So then, let's get underway then, guys, because we do actually have... sorry, I'm actually all logged on to VATSIM, and we've got the flight plan and everything, so we're ready to go, guys. We're ready to go. So let's get going. Has he updated it? I don't think so. No, I've not seen anything pop up today. But yeah, not just yet. Chris says afternoon. Afternoon, Chris. Just testing out this new little overlay that I've got today. So where we can bring up messages and share stuff with people. So yeah, pretty cool. Do I still have the Fly UK model matching? I do. Yeah, I should do. All right then, so here we are at Gatwick. As you can see, when you come down to lower levels, it seems to go quite foggy in certain scenarios. So we may have to fix that, but we'll see, we'll see. But here we are at Gatwick. This is Origami Studios Gatwick. Absolutely stunning scenery. Super, super impressed with this actually for X-Plane. And yeah, it just looks really, really nice, honestly. Obviously, the textures in X-Plane are a bit lower res than Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is actually out for Microsoft Flight Simulator as well by the same developer. And honestly, I think it is very, very competitive with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like, it has that sort of right feel of Gatwick. It looks like Gatwick. And honestly, I think in X-Plane, the actual ground textures and ground markings, they're just so much better than Microsoft Flight Simulator in so many ways. They just look so much sharper, so much crisper. And overall, I think it just looks better on the ground at least. But when it comes to building modeling in X-Plane, yeah, it's great. But I think the thing that mainly lets X-Plane down is the textures that it supports. So you can see here very low resolution textures on the roof. But it is X-Plane. Remember, we've got a big announcement for X-Plane coming at the weekend for X-Plane 12, hopefully, or some form of next version of X-Plane. So we'll see. Okie dokie then, guys. Let's jump in to the flight deck then, and we'll start getting things set up. As you can see, I've got a few little stutters here and there because of the enhanced cloudscapes. The frame rate is not perfect. It's definitely not as smooth as X-Plane normally is, but I believe he's planning on releasing some. Some presets that help you have a play about with the frame rate and things like that. All right, let's get started anyway. We're going to be in the A319 today. This is the Toliss A319, and for those of you not familiar with X-Plane, this is it's one of the best payware aircraft for X-Plane in my opinion. And it is, yeah, very, very in-depth, very, very well done, very well simulated, loads of functions in the MCDU available. And just overall, it's just absolutely fantastic. We've got this fantastic sound pack as well from BSS. And yeah, it's got some brilliant, brilliant sounds to it. So you might have just heard there a bit of a low frequency sort of clunk as the cargo door closes. You might hear it again just now. You can also hear the electric hydraulic pump working there as well. There we go. Very quiet, but there you go, there's the clunk. Okay, so let's get things set up here. We've done the overhead panel, everything looks good up there. We've got the ground control voice recorder on. We'll do the fire test for the APU. Engine 1. Engine 2. All looking good. Squibs are looking good. Everything is fine there. I'll put pack flow to normal. I'm just going to turn these down. And yeah, everything is good up top. CVR test doesn't actually make a sound in this aircraft. Let's see if the cargo smoke. Cargo smoke doesn't actually work either, unfortunately. But that surprises me actually about the Toliss. There are some things that don't work, but nevertheless, there's no failures in this aircraft, so there's no real need to have stuff like that actually working. But yeah, I think what they've focused on really is the way it flies, the way the autopilot works, the way the MCDU works, and obviously the flight control laws within Airbus. All right, so Q&H, we can just quickly look at the ATIS for the Q&H, as we, like I say, we are on VATSIM. There is a controller on here at the moment, so there is an ATIS. That is going to give us a Q&H of 1028, quite high pressure here in Gatwick at the moment. I'm just going to wind this up to a figure that's fairly random to remind me that we haven't got any kind of climb clearance. I'll put the constraints in the airports on. And I'm going to just stick that like so. If coming further down, the auto brake is off. That's all fine. It is quite dim in the cockpit here at the moment, so let's get some lighting sorted. There we go, everything's looking good there. We'll get this radio on for the captain's side. We'll put multiscan and GCS to auto on the weather radar there. Obviously, we're not turning on the weather radar yet. We're just selecting the modes. I'm going to select the TCAS to above, and we'll put my radio on this side. We'll put it on so that I can call from this side as well. And then we'll put the cockpit door on normal. I think the cockpit door is open at the moment. No, it's not, but we'll open it anyway. Greet some of the passengers as they come on. Hello? Oh, it won't allow me to... Hello? It won't allow me to open it. That's the first time that's happened. Usually you can open this. Let's see. Can you open it from the outside? No. Okay, that's strange. We're going to be using self-loading cargo as well today. We haven't used this a lot on stream recently, but yeah, we're going to give it a try. I was testing it last night. It seems to work perfectly with X-Plane, so we're going to go for that. Let's import from SimBrief as well. Departure time we can put forwards to... We'll give myself an extra half an hour just because we just don't have enough time otherwise. Okay, cool. So we shall say ready for boarding. We'll start getting the passengers on board, open the doors, and start the boarding process. Okay. I think we're all pretty much set up here in the flight deck. We'll arm the ground spoilers as well. I like to just do as much as I can to begin with. Alright, so let's go ahead and stick our flight plan in. So we've got RX cycle 2109, which is current. So that's looking good. We'll go to init. We're going to go EGKK to EGCC. And we're going to align the IRS. Bringing up the flight plan. Alternate is Heathrow, so EGLL. Just 2 L's there. And a flight number is going to be Sierra Hotel Tango 2508. That is the flight number for this this flight. Cost index is going to be 36. Actually, now one thing I was wondering actually is I actually have a PDF here. You guys might find this quite interesting actually, of various different cost indexes. So this is kind of like my library of various FCOMs and all sorts of different stuff that I managed to procure online. And so this is actually a bit old now, this cost index database put together by Aviation Labs. Let's see. So cost index for British Airways is actually 4. And it's got it broken down by aircraft here. So British Airways, Airbus fleet, climate cost index of 0 and cruise at cost index of 20. Interesting. Very interesting. And then you've got obviously all of these other various providers, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. Obviously things might have changed since then. Obviously fuel prices will have changed quite a lot. So that might not be applicable anymore. We're just going to use the cost index off the SimBrief flight plan, and we'll go with that because obviously the SimBrief flight plan is working out all of the fuel based on that. So we'll use that. Top of climb is going to be at -32 is the temperature outside, so quite warm today, and the tropopause height is going to be at 45,500 feet, so we'll stick that in there as well. We'll go to our flight plan, and we're going to do a departure off 26 left, just cross-checking that with the ATIS, making sure that is the runway in use. Runway in use is 26 left here at Gatwick, and we're going to expect the Lambourne 6 mic departure then in that case, and we're going to insert that. There we go, great stuff. And then from Lambourne we're going to take an airway November 57 to Welling, like so, and then we're going to go Tango 420. to Trent VOR TNT. And then we're going to insert that. We're also going to expect the Dana 2 Alpha arrival for runway 23 right at Manchester. So that's Dana 2 Alpha and Novaya. Insert. There we go. Let's just check for discontinuities. Looks good. And let's just have a quick look at that on the plan view here. So we can actually pop this out conveniently enough. So we'll pop that out, and we're just going to go ahead and step through it like so. This is a dotted line at the moment because the FCU, the autopilot, is not fully set up yet. But as you can see, everything looks good. Obviously, we've got a bit of a turn there on final, but we'll most likely either vector ourselves or we'll get vectors from the ATC if they're online. So that looks good. All right, so let's have a quick look at the RAD nav page. So jump over to the tablet first of all, and we'll just bring up the Gatwick charts. So for Gatwick, we're going to be doing the Lamborn 6 mic departure, which should be somewhere around here. I can see one Zulu. Hello? Is it going to be on the same chart as here? No? Am I blind? Oh, here we go. Lamborn 6 mic. Okay, so the stop altitude for this departure is 6,000 feet. And let's see. So we do have a few nav aids that you can use for this one. So we're using the Detling VOR as a DME. We're also using the localizer as the DME for the first turn here. So 110.9. And let's just pop this guy out and come over here. So we've got the localizer tuned 110.9. We'll tune the big in-hill VOR as well on like that. It's already auto-tuned it, but let's make it manual. And then we'll tune the Detling VOR as well, DET. And in fact, because we're flying on the right-hand side today, we are going to just use the right-hand side for big in-hill VOR. And we'll use the left-hand side for Detling, which is the DME. The reason I put the big in-hill in the right-hand side is because, like I say, we're flying off the right-hand side here. So if we needed to use the VOR rows on the ND, it would need to be VOR 2 for the first officer side. Let me just turn VATSIM down 1 second. You guys might not have heard that, but nevertheless. There we go. Okay, so and then final VOR is Lamborn. Is the final one used here, but obviously we can't choose that. You know, we can only tune 2 at once, so that's fine. All right, great stuff. So that's the RadNav page done. We'll minimize that. What I'm also going to do is I'm just going to put the press the LS push button just to remind me I'm using that for the departure as well. And then we are going to go ahead and come to init B. So we'll get the aircraft loaded up. Haven't done that yet. Usually I like to do this first, but to be quite honest with you, I forget because haven't flown the Toliss ton recently. So we're going to go with 141 passengers today. So pretty full here on the 319. And then cargo-wise, we don't have any. So we're going to zero that out, and that's going to give us a zero fuel weight of 54.9 and a set zero fuel weight CG of 28.6. Fuel on board is going to be 5.1 tons. So we're going to load that like so. Apply and quick fuel. Defuel. And then we are going to put in our figures here. So 54.9 on the zero fuel weight, and the CG is going to be 28.6 on the zero fuel CG. 54.9 and 28.6. So we'll stick that in the top right here. We know our block fuel is 5.1 as we've just loaded it through the menu here, and we're going to input that. That's all going to give our figures. It's doing a quick calculation here. So that's looking good. We'll put in 0.7 for the contingency, and we'll put in for our alternates. 1.4 is going to be our reserve for that. And our final reserve is going to be at 1 ton. So we'll put that in there, which gives us 0.1 extra. That's absolutely fine. So that's good. Okay, cool. So that's the initial fuel init B page done. We can do the performance page now. We'll do a calculation here. So these are all our calculations down here. For the takeoff, it's going to give us a 134 for the V1, 134 for the VR, and a 136 for the V2. Runway 26 left. Transition altitude is 6,000 here in London, and we're going to use flaps 1 for takeoff, and we're going to flex to a temperature of 73 degrees. And that is the takeoff page more or less done. You can see the trim for takeoff is up 0.2 or 29.7 on the trim wheel. Okay, so that is us more or less set. I'm going to just stick the first officers over to progress on that side. In fact, perf will do. And then we'll have the flight plan open on here. Great stuff. Okay then, so we are just about ready to get underway. We'll get our clearance, and hopefully everything is hunky-dory. So we shall just come down here, and we're going to go to the ground frequency on 121.8, so we'll tune that in. You guys will have to let me know what the volume is like for the ATC and such.
Negative, November 1, X-ray departure, squawk 773, do. Iberia 78, correct.
I can't hear this Iberia at all. Alright. Gatwick ground, very good afternoon to you. Shuttle 2508, stand 559, type A319, information Golf QNH 1028, request IFR clearance to Manchester.
Shuttle 2508, can you accept flight level 260?
I can indeed, yep.
Shuttle 2508, clear to Manchester, land 16 Mike departure, squawk 7020, final flight level 260.
Clear to Manchester, Lambourne 6 Mike departure, squawk 7020, final flight level will be flight level 260, shuttle 2508. Okay, great stuff. That guy is one fast speaker. Holy balls. Right, so we'll get the seatbelt signs on as we've now got fuel on board. We have got our clearance, and it's the same departure we're expecting. It's a Lambourne 6 Mike, and our squawk is 7020. So we'll get that stuck in here. 7020 is in the transponder there. We've got all the passengers on board now, and the doors are closed. So we're looking good. Great stuff. Let's set our stop altitude here as per the charts. That's going to be 6,000. If we have a look here, we've got 5,000. 6,000 is the final stop altitude. And what would be prudent to do is just to double check that the MCD actually has all of these restrictions in correctly. So if we bring up the tablet here, and we have a look at the MCDU. Just want to make sure that the constraints in here are looking good. So, right, so we've got the first turn here. We need to be above 1,500 feet. Let's see. Probably help if I brought up the plan view as well. There we go. Okay. Popping everything out right now. Screw it, I'll just pop this out as well. It's probably easier. Okay, so D258 Bravo. We need to be, well, the aircraft is planning to be at 2,760 feet, so that's fine. We do have above 1,500 in there, so that's fine. Then we're looking at here, above 3,200, that's also fine. And maximum 4,000 there. So, in fact, we're going to set 4,000 as the stop altitude. And what we'll also do is once we reach the acceleration altitude, we'll also take it out of managed speed. And we'll put 220 knots in. In fact, having said that, is that in here as a speed constraint? It actually is. So that's fine. We can just roll with that one as well. No issues with that. And then increasing to 250 knots at this waypoint here. And then Acorn, 5,000 feet, and the last two, 5,000, 6,000. We'll probably get further climb, although having said that, I don't think there is a controller on outside of Gatwick Tower, so we might not get any extra controllers at all, but nevertheless, we've got to sort of pay attention to the SID here, so we'll set our stop altitude to 4,000 feet. What we'll also do is we'll get the APU started up. We'll turn the fuel pumps on as well now. We'll turn the beacon light on. We'll just make sure all the ground services are gone outside. We've got the jetway retracting there, very, very loud. So we'll get rid of the bus and the GPU. We'll leave, sorry, we'll get rid of the bus and the fuel truck. What we'll do is we'll also get, we'll get the tug to connect.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
All right. Raven, good afternoon, brother. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the chat, brother. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's do our before start checklist. So cockpit prep is complete, fuel message is sent, gear pins and covers removed, signs are on and auto. Let's start the chrono as well for as we just start the APU.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
We'll get a bit of tug view going on down here, and Adirs, our nav fuel quantity is 5 tons, or 5.1 tons is what we loaded. Takeoff data is set, bar ref is set 1028. Windows and doors are closed, beacon light is on. Thrust levers are idle and parking brake is set. Before start, checklist complete.
Golf Tango India 771, but the pronunciation shows up as Giant, but you're positive it's Atlas.
Alright, let's get the external power off now and we'll disconnect it.
Alright, Roger, there's no problem either way, it's just a call sign, but Atlas 771 clear to gear, frame 1 mic departure, swap 0212.
I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes for the APU to warm up. We need about a 3-minute warm-up period. Should have probably started it earlier, really, but nevertheless, it's okay. I'm just going to wait for these guys to finish speaking, and we'll get our pushback clearance.
Okay, so you're probably right. I just checked because the IATA code 55 Yankee and the ICAO code Golf.
Just if you're interested, guys, we've got our passengers on board. 68% satisfied at the moment. Hopefully we can increase that. Hopefully we can increase that. Hey Ramsey, hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you, good to see you. Welcome. Got Mariner on the radios there. Control and E. Bit late for that. We've already got power on. I don't even think Control and E is a keybind in X-Plane, actually. You have to let me know how the volume is for the ATC, guys.
One in the box. Condor 150. Condor 150, read that correct.
Shuttle 2508, stand 559, ready for push and start.
Shuttle 250, stand 559, push start through, facing south, United 1027.
Pushback approved, face south, shuttle 2508. Alright, so facing south, let's get... Oh, can I remember my other keybind I set for this? There we go. We're going to face south, which is the only direction we can face really on this taxiway. So we'll go to somewhere around here. Like so. That should do it. Beautiful stuff. Let's go. Parking brake is released. So we've had our 3-minute warm-up period for the APU now, as you can see, 3 minutes 21. Let's end the chrono there, and we can turn on the APU bleeds. Strobes are going to go to auto, and landing lights come to extended. Alright, so first engine start. Let's go mode selector to ignition, and right engine starts. Why am I making my voice deeper when I talk to ATC? I don't know. It's just a subconscious thing. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to be as clear as possible on the radios, potentially.
After the success of last year's in-flight safety video, lots more actors have been in touch with me, being like, "Chibadi, please let us be part of the sequel." Pathetic, really, you know. And sure,
Got Mariner. I assume that's Mariner there.
but what they really want is a sister. The Society of In-Flight Safety Training Awards. They all want to get their hands on the golden wings.
I think my self-loading cargo is not coming through the sim, is it? There we go. You guys should be able to hear the safety announcement now.
Hello. We'll now demonstrate the safety features on this aircraft. Please pay attention, as these may differ from an aircraft that you've flown on before.
That's really good. I think I would have done it like that, actually.
Alright, so we've got one good engine start there.
I'll just go ahead and take you up to IFR and give you a flight time.
No, I mean, I was doing James Bond. Because you're in it, aren't you?
I am in it. Hand baggage should not block the aisles or exit. It must be put under the seat in front of you or in the head.
So we've got engine 2 starting.
Parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
And you are...
Yeah, it is kind of quiet. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's just for effect, I suppose.
All exits are clearly marked and are being pointed out to you now by our gorgeous...
I always forget my keybinds. There we go.
You've done prop work before, I can see you have. Very impressive.
Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. High-heeled shoes must be taken off as they may tear the slide. Don't worry, you'll all still look absolutely fabulous without them, said Strickland.
Short 2508, copy.
Shuttle 250,
Tow is disconnected and bypassing has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time.
Flight level
Have a safe
240. Yeah, we can do that. Short 2508.
Please now fasten your seatbelt. It must be worn whenever the sides are on, and it's fastened and adjusted like this, and open like this.
Brilliant. That's it.
Okay?
Let's get a selfie.
Wilco, no problem. Shuttle 2508.
I mean, only up to the other side.
No, this is my
Okay, so just got another cruise flight level change. So we're going to change that to 240 here in the box. Let's just double check the temperatures, etc. at that altitude. So 240 is going to be
Mine is better.
-23 here.
If the cabin air supply fails, oxygen will be provided. Masks like this. Here, automatically. Stay in your seats and pull the mask towards you. Place the mask over
About
like this.
2 minutes, shuttle 250.
You'll need to lower the mask.
What I need from you is a little bit of more. Let's go.
Okay, we'll get the APU bleed off.
Or beside your seat. If required, please remove the jacket. Ada, and pull it over your head.
Don't stop now. Come on.
Wilco, shuttle 250. Let you know when ready.
Contemplate your life until
Okay, we'll get the auto brake set to max. We'll get the transponder to altitude off. And we'll leave everything else for now. We'll get our after start checklist done. Anti-ice is off, ECAM status is checked and okay. Pitch trim is set to, well, we can set that now to, it was only 0.2 up, wasn't it? And then rudder trim is 0. After start checklist complete. We need to get underway here though, because we've got we've got this EasyJet waiting for us here.
Smoking is not permitted anywhere whilst on board, and this includes the washrooms, which are fitted with smoke detectors. Using e-cigarettes is not allowed either. Okay?
Bravo, in your box.
That's not to share about. This coffee is disgusting.
That'll be the only thing on your flight plan, and you will be getting your clearance in just about a second. Standby.
It's a nice morning day.
Roger, that's to share about.
In the unlikely
Shuttle
event
2508 ready for taxi.
you'll be told to adopt this protective brace position.
Shuttle
If
2508,
facing rearwards in Club World, you must adopt this position.
Alpha, Lima,
If you have any questions, please ask your cabin crew.
I was just wondering, has there ever been an Asian born?
Taxi to holding point Alpha 2, runway 26 left via Quebec, Alpha, Lima, Papa, and Alpha November, shuttle 2508.
Find the flying start donation envelope in your seat area, and it would be wonderful if you've got any spare change, any currency.
Confirm holding point Alpha 3 for runway 26 left, shuttle 2508.
British Airways, Comic Relief, and Flying
Okay, great stuff. So we've got a taxi clearance.
Every penny of which will help children all over the world living really tough lives.
If you have any questions, or you can't find your safety car, or if you've mislaid your magical Flystar envelope,
please ask.
Okay, so on Quebec Alpha, we're going to take a left on to Lima. We're then going to take a right on to Papa, and then a left onto Alpha November, all the way down to Alpha 3. I'm just trying to get underway here, guys, because we've got this guy waiting for us. Ramsey wanted to look at the terminal. Yep, there we go.
Alright, that's the 20 Papa. Can you confirm you're ready to copy your clearance? It's a bit of a long one. Copy, Cessna 20 Papa. Cessna 20 Papa. Clear to Ifr via Vegas. After departure, climb straight ahead to India Whiskey 2.3 nearly. Then turn right heading 075. Initial altitude 4,000 feet, speed 220 knots or left. Squawk 5206. Say again for Cessna 20 Papa.
Okay, it's very busy at Gatwick here actually today. Let's do a quick flight controls check. So full left on the ailerons, full right and neutral, full up on the elevator, full down and neutral. We'll hold the nose wheel steering disconnect button, and we're going to do a full left on the rudder and a full right. That didn't work for some reason. Let's try again. There we go. Full left and full right on the rudder. So we're going to take a right here onto Papa. There's a bridge, yeah, Ramsey, yeah. Yeah, there's a really good, there's a couple of really good Gatwick sceneries for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We haven't got our taxi lights on, but we'll stick them on now. It's still quite good weather here, so not entirely essential. We'll ping the cabin and we'll do a takeoff config test. We'll let the cabin crew know that we want to take seats for takeoff. And we're now clear of the terminal, so we'll get the predictive wind shear to auto and we'll get the weather radar on. We'll tilt it up a little bit. Alright, so when we get down to runway 26 right, we're going to take a left onto Alpha November. We're currently on Papa. And then we're going to take a right onto Alpha 3. It all gets a bit confusing when you get down to this area of the airport. But we've got Alpha November is the next left here.
Negative. I'm Cessna 172. Yeah, Cessna 172 service ceiling of, I believe it's 13,000 feet. Oh, you mean 8,000? Yes, I could do that. But double 8.
So we're going to take a left here onto Alpha November. And then Alpha 3 should be somewhere on our right. Let's see if we can spot that. Alpha 3 is just before Alpha 1 here. So just this line here is going to be Alpha 3. Alright, so engines are nice and warmed up now. We've literally just been taxiing on idle thrust too. 124, 225, shuttle 2508. Just going to come to a stop here at Alpha 3. Parking brake is set. I did forget to start this timer. And we're going to go to tower.
By heading 105, initial climb to 4,000 feet and continue to 8,000.
Gatwick Tower, shuttle 2508 to Alpha 3, runway 26 left.
Mr. 2508, Gatwick Tower, hello, fire Oman, runway 26 left, surface weight 250 degrees, 7 knots, cleared for takeoff.
Line up via Alpha 1, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff, shuttle 2508. Alright, great stuff. Whoa, Bessie, what's happened there? Huh, that was strange. Alright, we're clear for takeoff, let's go. So entering at an active runway, let's get the strobe lights on and the landing lights on as we're clear for takeoff as well. Cabin crew is seated and we are ready to rock, guys. Before takeoff checklist, we didn't do flight controls check, flight instruments check, briefing is confirmed. Flap setting is 1+F, V speeds are 3.4, 3.4 and 3.6. ATC transponder, we can put that now to TARA. ECAM memo is takeoff, no blue. Takeoff runway is 26 left. Cabin crew advised TCAS, TARA. Engine mode selector is normal and packs are on. Before takeoff checklist is complete. Whoa, okay. Bit too much steering there on the old nose wheel. Well, I'm trying to do my checklist as well. Okay, my taxiing today is very poor. Let's start from a rolling takeoff here now anyways. Let's go. So up to about 1.2. Oh, wait, what's happened with my thrust levers? Wait, what? Okay, that's fine. Okay. That was weird. Okay. Takeoff power is set. Manflex 73 SRS runway auto thrust is blue. 100 knots. V1 and rotate. Positive right, gear up. Alright, so 2 miles from the ILS we want to just start taking that right turn. We do have it in the 1228 for short 2508. Thank you, have a good day, bye. Okay, lever climb. We'll go back to the climb gate on the thrust levers, and we're just going to lower that nose. We've lost the DME for the ILS, which is interesting. Okay, we're accelerating up to 220 knots. Should be on 220 knots is in magenta there. And we're going to stick AP2 in. And we're going to set our cruise altitude here of 240. I'm actually going to pull that now. And we're going to go to open climb. We're going to forget about the restrictions. So we're above the S speed now, so let's get the flaps up. And we're going to set standard pressure as we have cleared ourselves up to a flight level. We're going to go 122.8 so we can just let people know that we're actually climbing to that altitude. Gatwick Traffic's Shuttle 2508 is airborne 3,500 feet, climbing to flight level 240. Lambourne 6, Mike, departure, shuttle for 2508, Gatwick Traffic. Alright, great stuff. So we're going to clear ourselves right up to our cruising flight level because there's no ATC on and nobody else has said anything otherwise on the radios, so we're just going to clear ourselves up there. We've got 220 knots for this turn, which is as it should be. We'll disarm the ground spoilers now. We'll turn the LS push buttons off, and we can get the nose lights off as well. There we go. Beautiful. Chris asks, is this live weather? It is live weather, yes. It is, yeah. But we're using a new plugin in X-Plane. There's Gatwick down there. We're using a new plugin in X-Plane called Enhanced Skyscapes. And at the moment, the weather depiction sometimes seems to be way foggier than what it should be. In fact, it shouldn't be foggy at all at the moment. But that's what it seems to do. But apparently they're working on changing that. As you can see, as we get up to this higher altitude, the visibility is really good. And you can't see any fog down below at all. So, but nevertheless, it is what it is. Alright, there we go, guys. That was a bit of a hectic departure there because there was people sort of waiting on us and whatnot. So I can catch up with chat now. Let's just first get the landing lights off and the seatbelt signs off as well. We'll release the passengers as we are above 10,000 feet, or about to be. And what we'll also do is we'll do our climb checklist. So climb checklist is landing gear up, flaps are retracted, packs are on, bar ref is set to standard, climb checklist complete. Okay, so we're climbing out, all looking well. We're climbing out to our final climb speed. Our cruising flight level is going to be 240 as directed by ATC. We've got that set in the MCDU here as well. Okay, great stuff. So we are looking good. Alright, so Ramsey was asking about the Gatwick scenery. Apologies I couldn't respond to you before. Obviously it was getting a bit hectic. Let's see if we can actually still see Gatwick. I don't think we can we? We cannot. Nevertheless, Ramsey was asking, is that a viewing deck? Let me just see here. Is that an observation deck, he asks. Let me just get my scene sorted here. Yeah, so Ramsey was asking, is that an observation deck? It's not actually an observation deck. It's, I mean, I suppose you could just stand up there and watch the planes. It's obviously got nice big windows for doing that, so yeah, definitely could do that. But it's actually just an air bridge that connects the main terminal to the Pier 6. So if I bring up the tablet real quick, you can actually just see that here. So you've got North Terminal here, and then this is the air bridge here that connects to Pier 6. So that's what it's for, essentially. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool piece of engineering, actually. If you have a look, there's a tutorial. Not a tutorial. There's a thing on YouTube about when they installed it, and yeah, it's pretty cool, really. They had to sort of pre-build it, if you like, and then sort of just hoist it into place on site to prevent any, you know, major disruption to the airport. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, like I say, this is Gatwick by Origami Studios, and the very same scenery is actually available on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So if you go to the InnyBuild store, I can get you the link for it, in fact. InnyBuilds, and yeah, they have basically converted the same scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator, because originally they made this scenery for X-Plane, and now they've made it for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's really good. There is a good freeware version of Gatwick as well for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Both of them have the air bridge, and both of them are really quite good. So I'd recommend checking the freeware one out first, but I personally think the payware one is 100% worth it. It's just a more realistic depiction of the airport, so I'd highly recommend that. Let's see. Chris is saying X-Plane is looking good. Yeah, it does actually look really good with these clouds, actually. I'm very impressed with them. And with the Orbex True Earth as well for the sort of ortho on the ground. Yeah, it does look very good. Very good indeed. I think the only thing that lets X-Plane down is the textures, like I said earlier on. Well, mainly. The clouds are not perfect, you know, they're not quite Microsoft Flight Simulator clouds. They tend to be quite flat. But nevertheless, there's a big X-Plane announcement coming this weekend. Why are we doing such a long turn here? Okay, yeah. Okay, we're fine. But there is actually a big X-Plane announcement this weekend coming. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we can if X-Plane is going to add clouds like this default. Nick says that he wishes the whole scenery and clouds in X-Plane look like this by default, and yeah, I agree 100%. Austin has said in a previous Austin, the creator of X-Plane, has said in a previous interview that he is looking at getting volumetric clouds like this added default into the sim. So yeah, hopefully in the next version potentially we will be seeing that. And yeah, we'll see. Big announcement, like I say, on Saturday afternoon. Flight Sim Expo, Ramsey's going. I'm very jealous. But yeah, there is going to be a big announcement from X-Plane this weekend. So yeah, definitely look out for that. I'm very intrigued to see what they're going to announce. It should be very interesting indeed. Should be very interesting indeed. The only thing that Austin has said, though, is that he won't be doing any kind of ortho imagery. I don't think. So we're still going to have to do that, but hopefully volumetric clouds are coming, and on top of that, we're going to hopefully see some... oh, the clouds just all appeared. Hopefully we're going to see some improvement to the weather engine, and hopefully we're going to see some improvement to the lighting. Well, we know there's going to be an improvement to the lighting engine because we've already seen that. So hopefully we'll see a pretty nice improvement to that nevertheless. Can I open this door yet? No, I can't. Actually, wait, is it simulated? Is the lock actually simulated? Let's see. Oh, the lock is actually simulated. Oh, I love to see it. I completely must have put that in the wrong position earlier on. That's brilliant. Alright, so we're at Lambourne, and we are basically at cruise flight level. Alt cruise, speed, nav, all looking good. Cruising at 310 knots. So we've got a bit of cruise here, so we can actually just chill for a bit. And yeah, we are on our way. I'm going to enter the destination data momentarily. Hey sir, good afternoon. I hope you're doing well, mate. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, good to see you. Mariner is airborne as well. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I thought I heard you on the radios. Yeah, I'll see you down at Manchester, yeah. We're sorting out the scripts for the VR Insight panel till 4 AM. Holy crap. That sounds like quite the task. Alright, let's just do a quick flick through our lower ECAM now that we are in the cruise. So use this all button to check through and make sure all indications are normal and as we would expect, which you can see they are. These are not just static pages in the Toliss. These are very much very well simulated. It's quite cold. Sorry, no, it's not quite cold, but the cabin temperature is looking quite good. You can see here the cockpit is actually receiving slightly warmer air than the forward and the aft, and the reason for that I think is probably something to do with the fact that being at the front of the plane, it's I think it's slightly less well insulated because of all the avionics below. They need to have a bit more a cooler temperature down there, so I wonder if that's something to do with that. Doors and slides are armed, wheels and brake temperatures all looking fine. Everything's looking good. Great stuff. Alright, so we might as well stick in a METAR for our arriving airport. So we're going to go EGCC. Unfortunately, there's no way to get the METAR through the MCD on here at the moment, but nevertheless, we shall be just be using the METAR we can get online. QNH is 1025, still quite high pressure. Temperature is 19 degrees and the winds are 260 at 10 knots, so fairly breezy in Manchester. Transition flight level is 50, and we're going to fly the ILS for 23 right, which is going to give us a minimum of let's check. .449 is the MDA, so that's all set and looking good. 42 miles to the top of descent, and what we can also do is on the RadNav page we can just reset our auto tune here. That's fine, and what we'll also do is just check on the flight plan. I'm just going to bring up the SID here on my other screen, and we're going to have just a quick check through the cleared altitudes for that. We don't have a controller on at the moment, so we're just going to try and adhere to the arrival as much as possible. In fact, what I could do is I'll just bring it up here for you guys so you can see it. So we'll go EGCC and we'll come to our arrival. We're going to do the Dana 2 Alpha, or Dane 2 Alpha, and as you can see here on the right hand side, you've got a few flight levels we need to be looking at for our clearance. So flight level 200, 25 miles before the Trent VOR. So that's going to be at, let's see. Okay, so I'm sure in another aircraft that I flew, it actually put in a pseudo waypoint. In fact, it actually put in this waypoint right here, but it doesn't seem to have done that in this one. Actually, we're doing Dane 2 Alpha, so this is not actually applicable to us. We're actually just coming in direct via TNT and then down the arrival. So that's fine. 200 flight level 200 by Elvos. So we can actually do that one. Now, the aircraft is actually planning on being a bit lower there, but we're going to put it in anyway. So put in 200 on altitude constraints. And then flight level 80 by Dane, which is already in there, so that's fine. And we'll insert that. Okay, so that's all good. Let's just check. Our top of descent probably came forward a little bit there, which it did. For some reason, we've got a decel point. Looks like just before Akuba, which is interesting. I'm not sure why that one is in there actually. Not seen that before. All right. Right then, so I'm just going to wind this down to 3,500 in preparation for our descents. 3,500 is the platform altitude for the ILS here. So just to brief you guys, we're going to come in via Trent. We're going to descend towards Dane down to flight level 80. And then from Dane, we're going to take vectors and we're going to vector ourselves onto the ILS 23 right. So if we find that chart for you guys, which is here, you can see we've got the ILS 23 right here. Inbound course is 232. Descent angle is 3 degrees. Minimums of 449. And we're going to intercept the glide slope at 10 miles out from the localizer, or the ILS. 3,500 feet is the platform altitude here, and the go-around altitude is 3,500 feet. And the frequency is 109.5. We'll check that we've got that in as well. We do indeed. Very, very smart, this aircraft. As you may have noticed, we had a different localizer tuned on the departure, and it's automatically changed that over for us, which is very, very nice to see. Top of descent is 5 miles, just paying attention to that. Have a quick look out the window here, looking very, very fine. Very, very fine indeed. Alright, so 3 miles to go. You can see here on the progress page, we've got 2 miles to top of descent. And we're just going to wait for that to happen. So we've got 1 mile to go, might as well press it in now. So we're going to go manage descent. So we've got DES. You can see this green ball coming down to show us that we are approaching our vertical profile. So you can see we've got a constraint of flight level 200 at Elvos, which is what we just put in. And the aircraft is going to stop us from descending any further when we reach that. Autobrake can go to low. We can set the TCAS to below as well. I'm going to tilt the weather radar down a little bit as well. All right, Manacle, good afternoon, mate. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Manacle says, wow, an Airbus with VNav, amazing. Yeah, it's brilliant. This is explained, dude. It's, yeah, brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Asa says, let's see, everything works now apart from, except the Ifr part. Struggling to make the sim vars for that part, but I will sort it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've only really messed with the sim vars and the L vars and whatnot with the CRJ. The A319 ones, they change too often. The developers keep changing them, so I kind of gave up on that one. But welcome guys. And Asa says, in local simvars there's a set of scripts for the ISIS knobs. Do you know what these are in the A320 by chance? No. I don't know them, but I can try and find out for you. I mean, the way I do it is I usually bring up developer mode. And then I will open up the local variables at the top. I think you go window and then I can't even remember now. It's been a while since I've done it. But you go window and I think it's console and then local variables, something like that, and then basically just type in whatever I think is the right variable and then just toggle some switches and see if it works. But yeah, by all means, let me know what it is that you're struggling with. I'll see if I can help. Always happy to try and help. Alright, let's see what the passengers are saying. The passengers are 55% satisfied for some reason. Let's see if we can get some food service in before we... let's see. Automate. Let's turn that off. Let's see if we can get a bit of food service in before we land. Just because these guys are, for some reason, low satisfaction. I'm not sure why. Alright guys, so we've only got 3 likes on the stream on YouTube, but we've got 5 people watching. If you're enjoying the content, please do consider hitting that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel out if you do that. And I would very much appreciate that if you're enjoying the content. Same goes for you guys on Facebook as well. If you're enjoying, please do hit that reaction button. Massive help to the channel, of course. Lets Facebook know that people actually like the content, and therefore it gives it to more people because other people like it. It thinks more people might like it, so thank you guys. Thank you. I can see the likes just jumped up there on Facebook, so I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, and Ramsey, absolute legend. This is what I call a real one, guys. Thank you very much, dude. Can't wait for the self-loading cargo. Whoa, there's an update coming for self-loading cargo on Friday. Amazing. I'm going to look forward to that too, because it's been absolutely forever since he last updated it. I stopped checking his Discord because it was it's been such a while. But yeah, looking forward to that. There's going to be so much stuff in that update. It's actually crazy. Manacle says it looks incredibly good, even with the clouds. Yeah, it does look pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, the clouds, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Definitely not as good as Microsoft. Oh, look at that. Right down there. Look at that. There's another player on VATSIM. All the way down there. Very good, very good. Alright, I'm just going to put a quick message out on Unicom. Nothing on Discord about it. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I don't know then. I haven't checked his Discord in ages. Alright. Oh, I tell you what though. For some reason the self-loading cargo didn't register the cruise. Probably because I changed it, but nevertheless, let's get it moved on. Hopefully it's moved on, I can't quite tell. Anyways, we're on our way down, flight level 152. We are descending nicely, we're still on our vertical profile, everything's looking good. So what we're going to do for the arrival once we reach Dane, guys, is we are going to basically just set ourselves vectors. We're going to set up an extended center line for the runway, and we're basically just going to vector ourselves in and then intercept the final approach course. Get ourselves on the localizer, and then we're going to be looking good. We could get ourselves a little shortcut here from Trent, but because we've got no controllers on, I don't want to go too crazy here. We do have a tower controller on now, so I'm just going to get that frequency in the radios. So that's going to be on 118625. There we go. And then we've got an 80s as well we can get. Information X-ray. Runway in use 23 right. Transition flight level is actually 60. We can change that here. 60. Surface wind is 260 at 10 knots, which is what we've got. Temperature is 19. QNH 1025. That's all good. QFE 1016. Great stuff. Clouds are a bit better in Flight Sim when they're not pixelated, and the lighting too, but I'm surprised in a positive way. Yeah, I mean it's a really good add-on in X-Plane, and yeah, I mean I think at the end of the day it's quite good considering what they've, you know, what X-Plane is kind of been limited by for such a while. But yeah, they're not bad. I mean, obviously Flight Sim has much more dynamic clouds, like the heights of them and things like that are a bit more different, and they don't quite look as smooth as these. Like the Flight Sim clouds have definitely got more definition to them. These have still got you know, pixelated and noise in them as well, because that's what you know, volumetric clouds are made of. Essentially, they're made of noise. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. They've done a pretty good job. I'm very intrigued to see what the X-Plane announcement is going to be like at the weekend, and hopefully they'll be able to do a better implementation of volumetric clouds, being the developer of the sim. And as you can see, they just disappear sometimes, but that's just X-Plane weather for you. Alright, so approaching 10,000 feet. Let's get the landing lights on and the nose lights on. We'll get the seatbelt signs on as well. Love the A319, such a brilliant little aircraft. Little pocket rocket. The baby bus. Hey Raven, thank you very much for hosting the stream on YouTube. Much appreciated, dude. That's very kind of you. Thank you, thank you. He's saying 24th for the self-loading cargo update, but only if it's ready and if people stop badgering him. Got you, got you. Well, thank you very much for that, Acer. If any of you guys are using self-loading cargo out there, there you go. There you go. That's a bit wide, isn't it? Let's see, can I fix that? All right, I'm just going to bring up Ace's message again just to test this. Oh, it does work. Beautiful. Fantastic. Okay, so we're approaching Dane, flight level 80 as expected. That's looking good. I'm going to just pull the heading now. Got the triple click there saying that we're not any longer on a managed mode. Manchester traffic, shuttle 2508, Dane 2 Alpha arrival, runway 23 right, leaving Dane, heading 010, shuttle 2508, Manchester traffic. Okay, Dane is in 1 mile, so then we're going to turn to our heading of 020. Which might be a bit much of a turn actually, but we'll see how it takes us. So 020 is set. So what we're going to do now is just run an inbound. Well, we're on vectors now for the ILS, so we're actually going to come to our direct page, and we're going to go direct to CF23 right, but we're actually going to set a an extended centerline here. So 232. Our reciprocal of that is going to be 052. So we'll set that in here. 052 on the radial in. We'll set that. And then what that should do is give us an extended centerline. There we go. Beautiful stuff. So we're going to go insert. We're immediately going to pull the heading bug again. And there we go. We've got our extended centerline there. So we can kind of see where we're going to intercept, which is lovely. We're going to clear that message off there. That's fine. No worries at all there. We're going to come to perf, and the approach phase is now active. So we're flying at green dot speeds. That's looking good. Hey, Ramsey, thank you very much, dude. Absolute legend. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Okay, cool. So, approach checklist. Briefing is confirmed. ECAM status is checked. Landing distance is approximately 15 miles. I'm just going to give us another vector here. Manchester traffic, shuttle 2508 is now heading 060 degrees, runway 23 right at 10 miles out. Shuttle 2508, Manchester traffic. Okay, cool. So landing distance is confirmed. Seatbelts are on. Barrel ref is... oh, no, we didn't actually set that, did we? That's a bit of a mistake. Well, we're not actually below the transition altitude yet, but we have cleared ourselves, so we might as well set that to 1025. 1025 is set. Minimums are set of 449er, and the engine mode set to is going to be in normal. Okie dokie. So we'll give ourselves a bit of an increased descent rate here of 1,000 feet per minute. I think we vectored ourselves a little bit too tight in there, and I should have given us a bit more vertical speed. So we're a bit high, but we should be able to recover that fairly quickly. Heading out over the Pennines here, looking very, very nice. We're right in the clouds here. And let's see. So we're about 7 miles out from this next waypoint. We've got about 2,000 feet to go. We need about 1 mile per 1,000 feet, 3 miles, 6 miles. Okay, we should be good to go. So if I press, push the heading bug in now, we should be able to... Okay, it's not actually working. I need to vector myself a little bit, I think. There we go. So let's turn ourselves around. What should happen is, once we actually get a bit closer to this line, it should make a nice little intercept. Okay, it's already done it. Let's go pull heading. And I'm going to push it again. And, okay, that's way too wide. I don't want that. So I'm going to pull the heading and vector myself around a bit more manually. Okay, we've got 72% satisfaction. There we go, that's much better intercept. Obviously it's quite a steep intercept, but we are quite a ways out for the ILS, so we it's no issue really, it's no issue. Alright, we've got radio altimeter 2,500. Okay, so let's get the LS push buttons on. We'll arm approach mode as we're clearing ourselves for the approach here. I've got Alt, glide slope and lock. Arm the ground spoilers. We're not going to need those, might as well arm them. Alt star. There we go, so it's going to do a nice little intercept here. We'll probably get a localizer capture as well. Yeah, see, the visibility is definitely messed up here in Manchester. Look at that. That's definitely not what it should look like. We'll see what happens once we descend a bit further, but...
2,500.
Alright, so our go-around altitude is going to be 3,500. We're looking good. Lock star. Lock. Manchester traffic, shuttle 2508 runway 23 right, established, localizer 17 miles, Manchester traffic. So we're still a ways out here because of my poor vectoring. But we're good, we're good. Hey Manacle, thank you very much, appreciate the kind words, and Ramsey, you guys are far too kind. I could not hear a word that guy just said. I'm assuming he's this guy, Easy 98 Alpha. But we're definitely going to make it before him, so we don't need to worry too much. Okay, so we definitely leveled a bit early there in terms of on the descent, but nevertheless It is what it is. Sometimes you muck up the vectoring, that's why I'm not an ATC controller. Alright, so we've still got tower online. 118625, which is what we've already got in. That's fine. I'm just going to switch the radios over here so I can tune the ground frequency on 121850, and then we can easily switch to that when we get passed over from tower. So I'm going to stick that into the active, and then all we need to do is just press this call button when we want to switch to ground. We'll check the ATIS once again. Information Yankee, of course. We need to advise that we've got information Yankee and aircraft type once we speak to the tower for the first time. Alright, so established on the glide slope.
Manchester traffic, Condor 150 holding down due to traffic, Manchester traffic.
Okay, we'll close that off. Alright, great stuff. Manchester Tower, very good afternoon. Shuttle 2508 established ILS 23 right, 8.5 miles, information Yankee, type A319, shuttle 2508.
Shuttle 2508, I've got the Manchester Tower, runway 23 right, clear to land, wind 260 degrees, 10 knots.
23 right, clear to land, shuttle 2508. There we go. Clear to land. Beautiful stuff. We could do with getting some flaps out. I'm going to go straight to flaps 2. Oops. No, I'm not. We're going very fast here. We do need to slow down quite a lot. I got a bit distracted there. So flaps 1. We don't seem to be slowing down. I'm going to drop the gear. I'm going to say seats for landing for the cabin. There we go. We're just going below VFE next. Let's go to flaps 2. 5 miles. We're not looking too bad. We should be able to manage this. We're going to ping the cabin again. Really struggling to slow down here. We'll go to autopilot. Dual autopilot for now. Go to flaps 3. And we'll go to flaps full. That should be a lot of drag on the aircraft now. It should help us slow down pretty rapidly here. Runway is not in sight, but I think this is, like I say, this is the issue. Oh, runway is here. So runway is in sight. This is the issue with Enhanced Skyscapes at the moment. It just has this visibility depiction that is just pretty awful, to be honest, in conditions where it shouldn't be. What we'll also do is we'll just tilt the weather radar up, and we'll put our TCAS 2 above, just in case we need to do a go around. All right, let's disconnect now that we can have at least a slightly better view of the runway. So autopilot is disconnected. So if I make a hard landing, guys, it's because I've changed the springs in my joystick. That's my excuse.
200. Minimum.
Minimums continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
That was okay. I floated quite a bit there. Got the reversers in. Decel. 60 knots. Yeah, I'm still getting used to coming into the flare with the new springs in my joystick, so it's quite difficult to judge at the moment. I used to have it down, but... Alright, there we go. Let's get the flaps up. And we'll come off at this intersection here. Not terrible. Not total butter, but I can live with that.
Manchester Tower, Hello Fox, Hotel Juliet Bravo, Romeo approaching holding point 471, ready for departure.
Hotel Juliet Bravo, Romeo from Hotel, runway 2G right to takeoff, service wind 25, 0 degrees, 1 turn on.
Alright, let's vacate. I'm expecting a handover from the tower here any second.
Right, hold Alpha 3, contact Manchester ground 121.85.
Hold Alpha 3, 121.85, shuttle 250, thank you. Alright, so let's go to ground. Oh, too much of a turn there. I think that's Alpha 3, must be Alpha 3 right in front of us, yeah it is. Manchester ground, good afternoon. Shuttle 2508 holding at Alpha 3, request taxi to stand 42.
Shuttle 2508 Manchester ground, LA taxi, Bravo, Juliet Foxtrot, stand 42, good afternoon.
Taxi, Bravo, Juliet Foxtrot, stand Alpha 3, shuttle 2508, thank you. Okay, so straightforward onto Bravo then.
Manchester ground, good afternoon. Ryanair 2 Electric 753, first 77 English, information beyond on board, requesting Ifr Clearance on the Gallows, please. Ryanair 2 Manchester ground, LA clearances to Gatwick, stand for 1 Romeo departure.
Let's get landing lights off now so we're not blinding everyone. Taxi lights, strobe lights can come off as well. We'll turn the APU on. Alright, let's just double check. I am actually going on to Bravo here. Yep, so straightforward onto Bravo and then Juliet Foxtrot up here. Looking good. Alright, here we are. Welcome to Manchester, guys. This is Aerosoft Manchester. Absolutely fantastic scenery. Yeah, love it how they've got the static A380 there as well. Can't beat it. Let's get the transponder to altitude reporting now as well. We'll get the predictive wind shear turned off as well as the weather system. Okay, looking good. Let's get the after landing checklist done. So after landing checklist, flaps retracted, spoilers are disarmed, APU is on. And the radar is off, predictive wind shear is off, after landing checklist complete. We didn't do the landing checklist, did we, to be fair, but we didn't really have time. Something that I never get about this aircraft is whenever I press on the toe brakes, it seems to pull me to one side very strangely. Let's turn the brake fan on as well before we get to stand. Now, oh, the Ryanair is behind the stand. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so let's get the brake fan on. We don't want to turn it on when we get to stand. We want to turn it on before we get to stand, so that's all good. APU is now available. Let's start the chrono. We do need to allow 3 minutes for that to warm up, which we probably won't have time for in this case, but we are going to just try it anyway. Okay, so we'll reset the rudder trim as well whilst we're here looking at it, and I think we're pretty much good. Juliet Foxtrot is just here on the left. And stand 42 is the second on the right. Let's turn the taxi lights off. And the runway turn off lights as well, so we're not blinding the ground crew as we turn in. Stand 42 is next one on. Third one on the right, sorry. I am a bit wide here. Let's lose some of that speed coming into the turn. Should have some stand guidance as well. We do. feel like I'm not straight. I'm definitely not on the center line. Kind of difficult to see because of that Ryanair 2 X-ray, 2-1 X-ray, but nevertheless. Oh, went too far apparently. Sometimes it stops you a bit early on those though, so I'm fine with going a bit too far. Okay, we're definitely too far, and we're definitely off the centre line. Sometimes it can be a bit uncontrollable, this aircraft, I feel, in the ground roll. I think it just accelerates super rapidly when you're on the ground, even on idle thrust. All right, let's get both engines off anyway. The APU is still warming up, but we're not going to put the APU bleed on immediately here. We can turn the beacon light off as well now as the fuel pumps. Get the fuel pumps off. Seatbelt signs can come off as well. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Alright, is that jetway going to connect for us? Let's see. I think if you just toggle between the two, sometimes it just works. No. No, it doesn't want to seem to work. Yeah, I can never really get it to work at Manchester for some reason. The engines are off though, the parking brake is set, the beacon light is off, so I don't really know what else to do. Let's turn the transponder off. APU bleed can now come on, and we'll open the doors and release the passengers. We'll connect the external power as well. We'll open this door, maybe that'll help. The jetway connect. Nav lights can stay on. No, still not connecting. Not sure what to do there. Right. Okay, so parking checklist. Yellow electric pump is off. APU bleed is on. Engines are off. Seatbelts are off. External lights are as required. Fuel pumps are off. Parking brake is in. Parking checklist complete. Okie dokie. Beautiful stuff. That's all ready to go. I really wish I could get this jetway to connect us. Super annoying. It works perfectly fine at Gatwick. How do I... I'm on manual mode. You've got the door. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not parked in the right place. Anyways, let's reset the chrono now. And we'll stop this one as we're now back on blocks. Just under 57 minutes for that flight. Pretty not bad. We can unlock the cockpit door as well. And we'll go ahead and open it. Say goodbye to the passengers. We do have this fantastic British Airways interior in this aircraft, which is super nice. British Airways logo on the seats. Got the British Airways stuff in the seats as well. Love to see it. Fantastic. All right, there we go. Beautiful stuff, guys. Fantastic. All right. Right, so I'll just catch up with the chat here. So, Bobby, can you do a YouTube video on just approach charts? Let's see, where am I reading here? Bobby, can you do a YouTube video on just approach charts and how to read them and such? I have a good understanding of them, but I don't know everything. Yeah, I mean, I'm still learning about the charts, I will admit. I've still got a lot to learn about it, but nevertheless, I can sort of try and sort of tell you guys what I know, if you like. Do you think that'd be useful? Definitely. I did cover the charts a little bit on CRJ stream, the CRJ tutorial stream that I did. So if you go back to that, there might be some stuff on there that's useful to you as well. Potentially. Manacles asking, is that a hard landing? I mean, I wouldn't say it was a hard landing. No, it's actually pretty standard, that kind of landing rate. I think is this Mariner coming in? I think it could be. He said it was at 3 miles. That must be Mariner there coming in. We're landing. We're on tower view here. Oh yeah, it is Condor, yeah. Love to see it. I think he's in the 321. Beautiful. Fantastic. Look at this tower view. It's brilliant. Look at the shadow of the tower as well. Nevertheless, as I was saying, is that hard landing? No. Like I say, it's pretty much a standard landing rate that I think for a general flight. Anything less than that I would consider butter landing. But that's what I generally try and aim for. So if it's not a butter, I get a bit disappointed, but I don't think that's a hard landing. Anything sort of between 0 and 200 feet per minute. This is very roughly speaking. Feet per minute is definitely not the only indicator that you can denote a good landing. But generally between 0 and 200 feet per minute minus is generally considered a pretty good landing. 200 to 300 feet is sort of fairly firm, and then anything sort of 300, 400 is quite hard, and then anything above that is considered quite I wouldn't say maybe dangerous, but probably going to cause a bit of unnecessary excess stress onto the landing gear. So yeah, that's my understanding. Obviously it varies from plane to plane and airport to airport. You know, if you're landing on a really short runway, it might be necessary to make a bit of a harder landing because you don't want to float down the runway too long. Ramsey says, another beautiful airport. Yeah, this is a fantastic scenery by Aerosoft for Manchester. So very, very good. And yes, indeed, we are doing another flight in just a moment. I'm going to just take a couple of minutes and then we'll resume. We're going to fly back to Gatwick, so it should be pretty good. Ravid says, so minus 900 not good. No. Minus 900, I think, I mean, you would probably know that that's not too good because I'm guessing at minus 900 you're probably going to bounce pretty high, I would imagine. So yeah, not the greatest. I think you'd probably be looking at borderline collapsing your gear in a real aircraft, I would imagine. One more flight. Yeah, we'll be doing another flight for sure, Ramsey. I'm just going to take a quick 2 minutes in a moment here. However, we will have a look at our flight report here from Self-Loading Cargo. We've got ourselves a nice A+. Self-Loading Cargo recognised the landing rate of minus 156, so a little bit more forgiving. But that was a perfect flight, apparently, so can't complain. A+, can't really get better than that. Passenger rating was quite low, but you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think Self-Loading Cargo is a little bit bugged in terms of the passenger rating at the moment. I think they unnecessarily penalise you for no reason. It's like Self-Loading Cargo has this sort of realistic cabin services, so it will only serve sort of, you know, lunch at lunchtime and dinner at dinner time and whatnot. But then the passengers will still penalise you even if it's not like a time that they would expect to receive food, if that makes sense. So I think that's something he's going to improve in the next version. But nevertheless, I'll take the A+. What we'll also do as well whilst we're here is we'll bring up the tablets. We'll bring up Fuzzpad and have a look at the landing report on here. So we'll complete the flight. We'll just minimize self-loading cargo and bring it up. So self-loaded sim toolkit has said minus 194 feet per minute, which again is not too bad. But let's have a look. Obviously, a good landing is not just a landing rate. So let's see where we landed on the runway. So yeah, we did float a little bit there. We're just after the aiming point here, so not bad at all. We're still well within the touchdown zone. Just a little bit right of center line by 7 feet. That's not really bad though, is it? And then different to 2 degrees on the heading, and a slight bit of roll in there, but really actually pretty good. And just finally, before I take my quick break here, this is X-Plane, guys. We can do a freaking replay. So we can just roll ourselves back here a little bit. As you can see. That's us right there coming in for a landing. And we can have a good look at this as we come in. Here we go. Yeah, so there's the float. And there we go, it just dropped out of the sky. So this is actually saying a much higher feet per minute. But nevertheless, we were 50 feet above the runway threshold, which is perfect on the glide slope. But yeah, if you look at this as I come in here, where have I gone? There we go. I'm actually just going to change the weather because it's super difficult to actually see what's going on in terms of the because of the low visibility. If I come in here, you can kind of see. So I'm flaring. And then I think I flared a little bit too much there. And idled the levers a little bit late. And you can kind of see it just kind of drops out the sky once I bring back the thrust levers. We can go in the cockpit and see this a bit better, I think. 40, 30. Start raising the nose. Yeah, that was a bit of a strange one actually. So 50, 40, 30, start doing the flare in the 20s. Yeah, look at that. I let the nose drop there as well. I let the nose drop before I actually touch down, which is not good. Definitely do not want to do that. Let's see how that looks from the outside actually. There you go, I let the nose drop there and it just, yeah. Not a hard landing, but just not a very good technique in the flare. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm still sort of getting used to my brand new springs in my joystick. As you guys probably aware, I got a new joystick not that long ago. Yeah, I got a new joystick not long ago, and you can change the springs in it. You can change the strength of the springs in the gimbal at the bottom, and I put basically much stronger springs in it to sort of emulate the real life side stick. So yeah, I'm still just getting used to how those feel, and it's a lot more resistant. So – yeah, that's my excuse and I'm sticking with it. Tire smoke, yeah, indeed. Indeed, Acer. Indeed. Tire smoke in X-Plane, looking very, very cool. Right, guys, so I am just going to nip away for a couple of minutes here. I'm going to leave you with the replay. I'm going to leave you with the replay, and I'm just going to go grab a drink and whatnot, and then I'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, we are back. We're back. Okay, cool. So, how good is this scenery, guys? How lovely does it look? It looks brilliant, doesn't it? Also, with this Enhanced Cloudscapes on the Cirrus Clouds preset, I think X-Plane just looks absolutely brilliant. It looks so good. Yeah, it just looks brilliant. I'm just going to enjoy this as we drive on here because we're going to drive straight past the A380. So I've just refiled for a new flight plan. Shuttle 2509 is going to be our new call sign. And we're just going to depart from where we pulled in. As you can see, this is a little bit of an old scenery now. Obviously, it's not been updated in a while, but it's got the old Thomas Cook hangar there. So that's the old one. It's not looked like that for donkeys now, but hey ho. So we're going to be Shuttle 2509. We're stand 42. We're type A319. We'll get the up-to-date ATIS once we get logged on. All right. Enough with the replay anyway. So we're in the flight deck here. For some reason, the jetway is still not working. Oh well, never mind. Let's get logged back onto VATSIM. Shuttle 2509 is the new call sign. Right. Let's get started then. So, file the flight plan. Hey, Miran, thank you very much for the follow or the subscription over on YouTube. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think Jet2 have a hangar now. Yes, they do indeed. Yeah, they have a hangar right next to the Thomas Cook one, actually. It's just that one right there. But this is, in this scenery, it's Monarch. Obviously not being updated in a little while. Alright, so then, let's see how we're looking here. We've got the APU bleed on still. We'll turn the external power on. We'll get the APU actually turned off. Generally, you don't have the APU on stand at a lot of European, UK airports especially. The ADIRs are still in nav mode, so that's all good, and we're looking fine there. So what we'll do is we'll just set this to a random altitude for now. And we'll go ahead and start plugging things in. Make sure that's in standby. Just going to have a quick look at everything here. So the QNH is... oh, there isn't actually an ATIS here anymore. Interesting. Maybe it's about to change. But the QNH is 1024. We'll set that off the METAR for now. Coming down here, everything's fine there. Everything's fine down here. Everything's looking good there. TCAS is set to above for when we take off. The radar is tilted upwards as well for when we turn it on. Everything looks good there. Cockpit door is open. Give a little wave to the passengers. Self-loading cargo as well. We're going to just turn that on. We're going to import from SimBrief. And 1530, do you reckon we can make that? I think we can. Let's go for it. So we've got 125 passengers at the gate. Let's tell ready for boarding. This is a domestic flight on a turnaround here, so we're going to be quite rapid about things. Let's go ahead and get the loading perf done. So passengers, we've got a little bit less this time, 125 passengers for this flight. No cargo again, so we'll apply that setting. Zero fuel weight is going to be 53.3, and then the fuel on board is going to be 5.4 tons. So we'll quick refuel that. We'll close that off. I'm going to close this door so the passengers don't pop their head in, and then we are we're going to go ahead and initialize the aircraft. So we're going to go EGCC to EGKK. Flight number is going to be Shuttle 24509. Let's stick that in there. And then the alternate is going to be Paris Charles de Gaulle, LFPG. Cost index is going to be 40. And then the cruise in flight level we're expecting is 190. And the temperature up there is going to be -12. The tropopause is going to be 44,400. So I'll stick that in as well. And we'll go ahead and stick in our flight plan. Okay, so Samba Romeo departure is what we're expecting off 23 right. Stick that in there. And then from Samba we're going to take an airway. We're going to take the November 859 airway to Kidley. And then we're going to take the Kidley 1 Golf arrival into Gatwick. So that's really the flight plan. Very, very straightforward. And then we're going to expect, obviously, 26 left at Gatwick, which is the usual approach. What I'm going to do, actually, is I'd quite like to test out the RNAV approach. I did that last night. But I'd like to give that a test. So 26 left, Kidley 1 Golf, which I've gone past, I think. Hello? Okay, I think something's gone wrong here. I'm just going to go back to temporary. Hello? Insert. So we've got Kidley, and then we've just got the final approach there. So we'll just amend that. Arrival. RNAV. 26 left. Kidley 1 Golf. There we go. Kidley 1 Golf. And no Vias. Insert. Okay, great stuff. Distance 217 is about correct. That's good. And then we shall go ahead, open this onto plan mode, and we're just going to skip through the flight plan here. So let's just pop this guy, bring him down here, and then we are just going to scan through it. So back to the top, Manchester, outbound right turn, then a left turn. That's looking good. And then down to Holly, Willow, and then Orlevy onto the RNAV approach. Probably going to get vectors if there's a controller on. If not, we'll vector ourselves again, which is generally how you would get onto the RNAV approach, which we'll have to request if there is a controller on, but nevertheless, we'll see how we get on. Let's see, actually. There is a controller on for London West, but I'm not sure if London West actually controls Gatwick. I don't think it does, but having said that, there is a Gatwick director on, so that's quite nice. So we should get vectors in that case then. Alright, so for the departure, let's bring up our chart here. So we'll remove this one. We'll keep that one. We're going to look for the Samba 1 Romeo departure. And we're going to tune in MCT for DME information, and we'll tune the Honolulu VOR as well for the departure. So as you can see, as we looked on our plan view, we've got that right turn, and then a left turn into Tabley. We can obviously, like I say, use the DME from the Manchester VOR. 3 miles, we're going to take a right turn to 274. 5 miles, we're going to take a left turn, and we're going to intercept the 334 radial from Honolulu, which is an inbound course of 154. So that's fine. Tabley is 62 miles from the Honolulu VOR, and we've got a stop altitude of 5,000 feet. So let's just make sure that's all in correctly as well. So 3,000 or above at Honley 5.8, that's fine. And then Samba 5,000 feet, that's all in there and looking good. We'll set that on here as well, as I can only assume that's what our clearance is going to be. So we'll tune Manchester ground now. We'll turn the radios back on, actually. I turned them off before. Manchester ground is on this side. 18625 is... Oh, that's tower, actually. Oh, no. Ground is on this side. 121850. Alright, great stuff. So, there's no ATIS at the moment. I can't actually see the ATIS for Manchester. So, we'll just have to report that. Alright. Manchester ground, good afternoon. Hello again. Shuttle 2509, stand 42, type A319. I can't currently see an ATIS requesting IFR clearance to Gatwick.
Yeah, Shuttle 2509, affirmative. Just having trouble with the ATIS at the moment, stand by.
The ATIS has just come on.
Gatwick on the Samba 1 runway departure for 238, squawking 3425. And last QNH was 1024.
Cleared to Gatwick, Samba 1 Romeo, departure 23 right, squawk 3425, QNH 1024, and I can actually see information alpha there on the ATIS now, Shuttle 2509.
Shuttle 2509, affirmative, Rebecca's great, thank you.
Great stuff. Okay, cool. So the ATIS is actually working now. We've got information alpha. 1015 is actually the... Sorry, that's the QFE, and then the QNH 1024 as noted on there. Alright, cool. So... I am just going to turn down... Going to turn the ATIS down, the comms down a bit. For you guys? Right, let's continue. So we've got the RadNav page. So we want MCT for the DME. So we're going to put that on the left side, and then we're going to put on the right side, we're going to put HON, because that's the one we need to know a radial for. The radial was, the inbound course is 154, so we'll stick that in. 154, like so. Obviously, we're not probably going to use that information, but nevertheless, it's good to have it. We should have those two identified here. MCT is identified. Honley is not just yet. That's a little bit further away, so I might just get that once we get into the air. So that's fine. We'll go to init B. We'll bring up the loading page again, and we are going to go for 53.3 and 28.6. Getting that information just here on the loading page, and then the block fuel is 5.4.
Hotel Lima 5121. Good afternoon, Mr. Ground. Clear to Gatwick on the Samba 1 runway departure for 238.
We'll just cross-check our fuels with my flight plan. So taxi is 0.2, trip fuel is 1.9 actually on the flight plan, so we're going to have a bit of extra, I think. Route reserve is going to be 0.7, which is still in there. Alternate is going to be 1.8 we need. 1.8, and then the final reserve is going to be 1 ton. We've got an extra negative for some reason, so that's not right. 5.4 tons. Oh, you know what we needed? We needed 5.5 tons. So we're going to put in 5.5 in the block fuel, and hopefully that should... there we go. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So that's all sorted. That's init B done. We'll go to our perf page now. We'll do our V speeds, which are going to be 132.
All stations, Manchester ground, continue taxi from now on. Those that are requested, and I've got my ATIS back up now. It's information alpha, winds at 260 at 10 knots, QNH is 1024.
Okay, it was just saying that the ATIS is working. Great stuff. Okay, so transition altitude, according to the chart, is going to be 5,000 feet, so that's all good. We're going to use flaps 1 for takeoff, and our flex temperature is going to be 7.2. So that's all set. We're going to bring up the progress page on this side, even the perf page, sorry, and then the flight plan on that side. Okay, we are pretty much set. Let's go ahead and get the APU fired up. We've got 1 passenger remaining for the boarding. We've got strobes on auto and the landing lights to extended. We'll start the APU and we're going to turn the fuel pumps on as well. Seatbelts can go on as we have now loaded the fuel. Doors are closed.
1024 A319, looking for clearance to Gatwick, please.
Just monitoring the APU start here.
Afternoon, Mr. Ground, welcome back. Clear to Gatwick now on the Samba 1 runway, departure for 238, squawking 5225.
Okay, flap is open and is increasing EGT 800 and increasing. It's quite hot that, but we have just had it on for a while, so that's fine. I'm just going to reset this timer here.
November 45 Whiskey Tango, continue taxi now to Juliet 1, runway 239 via Alpha Charlie, Papa, Kilo and Juliet.
So we should have all the doors closed as well. APU is available. Let's start the chrono and we'll just check the doors page. All the doors are actually closed. We'll set the beacon light to on. We're going to turn the external power off as well, and we'll get that disconnected. We'll get the tug to connect.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Arm the ground spoilers as well. I'm going to lock the cockpit door now. Alright, so let's get the before start checklist done. So cockpit prep is complete, fuel message is sent, gear pins and covers are removed, signs are on and auto adheres our nav. Fuel quantity is 5.5 tons. Takeoff data is set, bar ref is set 1024, both sides. Windows and doors are closed, beacon light is on, thrust levers are indeed idle, parking brake is currently set. Before start checklist completes. Okay, so once he's connected, we are going to just request our pushback clearance.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Let's just watch this awesome animation here. And before I forget, I'm just going to put it back to live weather. Okie doke. Okie doke.
Hotel Lima 5121, stand 84, push start approved, face south. Start above approved and face south, Hotel Lima 512.
Looking forward to GSX coming out for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's going to be super nice. Right, there we go. We are pretty much all connected up and looking good.
November 45 Whiskey Tango, contact Manchester Tower 118.625, goodbye.
I've got an EasyJet who's just pushed behind us, so we're probably not going to be able to push just yet.
Easy 98 Alpha, are you ready for taxi yet? Yeah, ready for taxi. Easy 98
Cheeky tower view. We've got Mariner there. This is us right here. Loads of people here at Manchester. Absolutely love it. Let's see. Even got more down here. Look at these beautiful, what are these, MD-80s?
Speedbird 48 Kilo after the passing EasyJet A320 is coming out of Juliet Foxtrot. Push and start to approved, face east.
That's this guy pushing back. There we go. 3 minutes on our timer. We can stop that now, and we can start the APU bleed.
Speedbird 48 Kilo, repeat.
Get it cooled down a bit in the cabin there.
Speedbird 48 kilo, repeat.
Speedbird 48 kilo confirmed, push and start approved onto Juliet face east.
Oh, it's toasty in that cabin. Holy crap, 32 degrees. Poor passengers.
Your forward position is coming down Juliet Foxtrot now.
Brake fan can come off as well. I completely forgot that was on.
Roger, after EasyJet A320 passes from left to right, push and start approved onto Juliet face east, Speedbird 48 kilo.
Shuttle 2509, stand 42, ready for push and start.
Shuttle 2509, it's squawk 3425, please.
Squawk 3425, shuttle 2509.
Shuttle 2509, after passing EasyJet from your left to right feet in rear. Push and start, pull straight push.
After passing EasyJet, clear for push and start, straight push, shuttle 2509. Alright, there's the EasyJet just passing behind us. We can go ahead and plan our pushback now, so let's go ahead. He wants us to do a straight push, so we're going to go like this. We're going to do a straight push to there.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Oh dear, why did it do that? Anyway.
Pushback and you may start engines.
Alright, so engine mode selector can go to ignition. Now we're going to go for engine 2 start initially. It's doing a bit of a funky thing here, but we'll see what happens. So engine 2 starts. Start the chrono.
Easy 98 Alpha, contact Manchester Tower, 118.625, goodbye.
Alright, let's start this timer off blocks. Can't move it for some reason. There we go.
After the success of last year's in-flight safety video, lots more actors have been in touch with me, being like, "Chimadi, please let us be part of the sequel." Pathetic, really. And sure, they've got their backers, they got their Oscars, but what they really want is a sister.
Hello, Henrik. Welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do I have a list of my Explain add-ons? I do indeed, yeah. Just exclamation point add-ons in the chat.
Hotel Lima 5121, taxi only by Kilo 1 via Echo Delta.
Okay, there we go. We've got one good engine start. Let's reset the chrono. Parking brake is set. Start engine 1.
The name's G. Chimadi G. Know me. I was doing James Bond.
Manchester ground, Condor 152, ready push and start.
Condor 152, hold position.
Roger, hold position, Condor 152.
Flaps to 1.
Please place items in the locker carefully as they may fall out and injure someone.
I'm feeling shaken and stirred.
But yeah, Henrik, exclamation point add-ons in the chat, brother.
Joanna, right, okay, this is a very important thing because you've got Henderson props. We done prop work before? Yeah. Okay. Action.
For some reason it didn't work for me there.
Bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right.
Oh, there we go. It was just a bit slow, that's all.
Very impressive. Keep pressing.
Opening the doors automatically.
Alright, there we go. We've got two good engine starts. We've got a Valo on the left. Let's get engine mode selector back to normal now. Flaps are set to 1. Auto brake is max. We'll get the APU bleed off. Right. Okay. After start checklist. So, anti-ice is off. ECAM status is checked. The pitch trim is set and rudder trim is 0. After start checklist complete, I'm just going to double check my takeoff trim. Up 0.2. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool.
No, this is my best side, so we should probably stick with that. But let's
Shuttle 2509 ready for taxi.
2509, taxi only point Juliet 1, runway 23 right by Juliet Foxtrot, Juliet.
That's holding point Juliet 1, runway 23 right via Juliet Foxtrot and Juliet Shuttle 2509. Alright, let's get underway and not hold Mariner up. He is right behind us and waiting for a push. That's Mariner right behind us there.
The British Airways A319 starts his taxi push, starts approved. Any preference for what you want to face with a bit of an awkward corner there?
Alright, let's start the chrono and warm up the engines. 3 minutes is the required time.
Condor 152, receive my last transmission.
Condor 152, say again, please.
Yeah, Condor 152, push starts approved now. Any preference which way you want to push? Because you're in a bit of an awkward corner there.
Alright, let's do a quick flight controls check. So, let's just do this. Full left, full right, and neutral. Full up, full down, and neutral. Just going to make this turn before I do the rudder.
Hotel Lima 5121, continue taxi now to holding point Hotel 1, runway 23 right via Echo Delta Papa Kilo Juliet and Hotel.
This includes the washrooms, which are fitted with smoke detectors. Using
This is Juliet 5 on our right.
Taxi to holding point Hotel 1, 511.
Alright, let's do a
509, contact Manchester Tower, 118.625, goodbye, never the flight.
118.625 Shuttle 2509. Thank you, have a good day, bye.
You too, bye-bye.
Alright, and just going to hold down the nose wheel steering and disconnect. And we're going to give the rudder a quick check. Full left and full right on the rudder. Okay, cool. We're going to tower now. Manchester Tower, good afternoon. Shuttle 2509 on Juliet, Juliet 1 holding point, runway 23 right.
Shuttle 2509, Manchester Tower, roger. Hold Juliet 1.
Hold Juliet 1, Shuttle 2509.
If you have any questions or you can't find a safety card, or if you've mislaid your magical FlyStar envelope,
Please ask one of your cabin crew members and have a good flight.
Shuttle 2509, caution your microphone sticks. You were transmitting quite a long time after.
Apologies, my mistake, Shuttle 2509.
Shuttle 2509, behind the departing British Airways 787. Line up runway 23 right behind.
Behind the departing British Airways 787, runway 23 right, line up and wait behind Shuttle 2509. Okay, so we've got a lineup clearance. We'll get our strobe lights on. Taxi lights should be on as well. We'll get the predictive wind shear to auto and the weather radar turned on. Our engines are nice and warmed up now. It's been 3 minutes. We'll bing the cabin and do a takeoff config test. Need to slow down really for this corner. Going way too quick here. Try to do everything at once. We'll get the TCAS to TARA. And we'll do the before takeoff checklist. So flight controls are checked, flight instruments are checked, briefing is confirmed. Flap setting is 1+F, V speeds are 3232 and 35 ATC. Transponder is set. ECAM memo is takeoff no blue. Takeoff runways 23 right, cabin crew advised, TCAS is TARA, and the engine mode selector is in normal. Packs are on before takeoff checklist complete. Parking brake set. Alright. Ready to rock.
Manchester Tower, good afternoon. 521. Taxiing to holding point Hotel 1.
Ah, Manacle. Thank you very much for that, dude. Thank you. I'll get those amended. It's yeah. It's been a while, so I'll need to just check those. Yeah. I think I just got clear for takeoff, but I couldn't hear it because the microphone was, someone else was talking over it.
Sorry, say again please, Hotel 521.
Lima 5121, just text the next, holding point, Mike 1, to be quicker for you.
Just waiting for my takeoff clearance here, guys.
Otherwise there'll be another minute to wait because of the intersection departure.
Let's check the weather's on. Yeah, it looks good.
2509, are you rolling?
Shuttle 2509, no, just waiting for clearance here on 23 right.
Yeah, I thought I gave it to you. Shuttle 2509, runway 23 right, clear takeoff, wind 26 degrees, 10 knots.
Clear for takeoff 23 right, shuttle 2509. Apologies, I think someone blocked you. Thank you.
Roger.
Okay, so side stick half forwards. We're gonna bring the throttle levers up to about 50%. Oh, it did this last time. Why is it doing this? There we go, and up to flex. Release the toe brakes. Manflex 72 SRS runway auto thrust is blue. $80 to 100 knots, releasing that forward pressure. 100 knots. V1 and rotate. Yeah, still getting used to these new springs. That rotation wasn't the smoothest in the world. Get the gear up. All right.
Shuttle 2509, contact
Lever climb.
radar 118.525.
118525, shuttle 2509.
Hotel Lima 5121, line up runway 23 right.
Let's get AP2 in while I do this. 18525. We get the flaps up as we're approaching the S speed now, I imagine. There we go. Manchester radar, good afternoon. Shuttle 2509 passing 3000 for 5000 Samba 1 Romeo departure. Oh, it's 18575. My bad.
350 degrees. Right heading 350, Chevron 274.
Manchester radar, good afternoon. Shuttle 2509 passing 4000 for 5000 Samba 1 Romeo departure.
Shuttle 2509, Manchester radar, very good afternoon. You climb now, flight level 190.
Climb now 190, shuttle 2509. Oh, I did not mean to press manage climb there. I meant to go to open climb. That's what caused the engines to spool back a little bit, but there we go. Cool. Climb now 190. We can set standard pressure as we're cleared up to a flight level. We'll turn the LS push buttons off. I'm not sure why I've still got those on, to be quite honest. We'll get the nose lights off as well. And the landing lights, I forgot to actually turn them on in the first place, but never mind. There we go. I think I was just getting too much stuff to do at once there. Disarm the ground spoilers and we'll do our climb checklist. So, landing gear is up, flaps are retracted, packs are on, barrel ref is set to standard both sides. Great stuff. Okay, one thing I'm noticing here is we're getting this decelerate warning here. Now, I'm not sure why that's showing, to be quite honest. Yeah, that's a bit strange. Look how good these clouds look right now, though. Can you believe this is X-Plane, really? That looks brilliant. Okay, so approaching 10,000 feet. Let's get the seatbelts off. Alright, 10,000 feet. We're going to accelerate to our final climb speed of 316. Manacle's asking, do you prefer the left or the right seats? I mean, I really don't mind, to be honest. In the Airbus, I tend to fly right seat because I have a joystick in my setup, or a side stick, whatever you want to call it, and I have that in my right hand. So I don't know. It's just a little bit more immersive with it being like this in this seat. You know, it doesn't really make a difference at the end of the day in flight sim because you're doing everything yourself. Anyway, so yeah, I tend to go for the right seat in the Airbus. In other aircraft, I don't tend to bother as much because there's no side stick involved, so it's just a little bit different anyway. I suppose with the yoke, you could always use your right hand, although obviously the throttle quadrant is always going to be on your left, on your right in the left seat. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have preference, but generally in Airbus, this is where I tend to go. So yeah, look at how good those clouds look though. Come on guys. Come on now. Come on now, X-Plane. This is looking real nice.
John Rock 274, central altitude 3,500 feet.
Look at that line though with the ortho. That must be where north and central meet, or south and central, sorry. Alright, we're on our way. Thank you very much for the follow, Kathbeck, over on Twitch. I hope you're well and having a fantastic day. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very, very kind of you. Very, very kind. Yeah, I'm not sure why this decelerate is showing, to be honest. Usually it shows that when you're at top of descent. So I'm not sure on that one. I think that might be possibly a bug.
Shuttle 2509, approximately nothing to see on sheet, come 122 decimal. It's good evening.
1228 for shuttle 2509. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye. 1228 for us. 1228. Alright, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and just close these charts off. We're going to get the charts for Gatwick. We do have an approach controller on, I believe, so we want to make sure we're flying the arrival properly. We've got the Kidley 1 Golf arrival, so we'll just bring that up here on the charts, just make sure everything is in correctly. So Kidley 1 Golf Arnav arrival. Okay, so let's just jump back to the MCDU here and we'll make sure everything is in correctly. So at Dissit we need to be at flight level 200. Okay, sorry, that's Dissit 1 Golf, not Kidley. So at Kidley we need to be at flight level 150. So let's just see. Okay, it's not allowing me to do that because probably because it's We're about... yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me change that, actually. Kidley. There we go. Okay, Kidley. We want 150 is the required altitude there. We'll come back to here and then we'll make sure we've got the rest in correctly. So 2FOS is a speed constraint of 250, so we've got that in. And then a constraint of 70 and 220 at these at Holly and Willow. So Holly is 220, 70 is in at Willow, so that's all correct. We'll insert that. And then we should see our top of descent is probably moved forward a bit there. We've still got a little distance to go until that, though. Actually, for some reason the aircraft thinks we're in the descent phase, which is a bit strange, actually. Is it because we've passed our top of descent? Maybe? So to get to Kidley by 150, we're currently at 190, so that's 4,000 feet to lose. So if we times 4 by 3, 4, 8, 12, 16, so we need 16 miles. We've got 25 miles to go to Honley. So yeah, I don't know we haven't reached our top of descent yet. I'm not sure what's going on there, actually. That's a bit strange. Did we set our cruise level wrong? 190? No, we've only got alt as well. We haven't got alt cruise. Let's just put that in again. And we can actually put in the correct temperature as well. Minus 20. It doesn't seem to have fixed it. That's a bit strange. We've got a top of descent here. It doesn't seem to... I feel like it's refusing to recalculate the vertical profile here. We've got 190 here. And it's saying this orange star means we're not going to make the constraint that's set there. That's a bit weird. And then it's got a vertical profile intercept point here at Kidley. Interesting. Okay. Well, we know we need about 16 miles to descend to flight level 150, so we're going to just put that in ourselves on open descent. What we'll also do to prepare for the descent is we'll set our TCAS to below. We'll tilt our weather radar just down a little bit as well. And that's it for now. So looking at the approach frequency, we've got 126825. We can expect to speak to them at some point. 126825 will get tuned in. I'm just going to wait for them to contact me. Okay. Let's see. I checked the decelerate message is displayed if the thrust is not reduced when passing the top of descent and the aircraft is above the descent profile. Does that make sense? Yep, that's exactly what I thought it was. But for whatever reason, it's I think it's just calculated the vertical profile a little bit wrongly. So therefore, yeah, I think something's just gone wrong with the VNav basically, because we've got, you see here, we've got descent phase already active on this MCDU here. It says we're in the descent. So something's gone wrong with the vertical profile, funnily enough. But nevertheless, we should be fine. No issues at all. Chris is asking, on VATSIM, do you see aircraft from other sims too in your sim? You certainly do. You certainly do. Let's see if we can see one when we get closer into London. There's a lot of aircraft down there, but at the moment can't quite see anyone. But you can see our route here, this red line onto ILS and then back out. Love to see it. Alright, so Kidley, we've got about 40 miles to go. Toliss is not bug free. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like it, yeah. I mean, I think the prudent thing to do is to restart the sim in between flights on X-Plane because, you know, it's a bit dodgy. So, so yeah, Hopefully once we start our descent anyway, the decelerate message will disappear. Passengers are chilling, 85% satisfied this time, no issues, everybody's looking good. We'll get the Gatwick ATIS, which we are probably going to speak to the controller fairly soon. So we've got information Sierra. Alright, so the approach, just to brief it very, very quickly, we're going to come in direct to Kidley here. We're on the November 25859 airway coming into Kidley. Then from Kidley we're going to descend on the Kidley 1 Golf. Obviously we're going to descend before we reach Kidley to get to flight level 150. We're then going to fly into Tufos, which is just after the Midhurst VOR. Take a left turn at the Midhurst VOR, Tufos. Max 250 knots, and then down to Holly at 220 knots, and then round to Willow at flight level 70, max 220 knots there as well. But it's most likely we'll probably get vectors from somewhere around here. I imagine is generally the case, generally how they do it, especially for 26 left, which obviously means if you go left here, you're going to go back on yourself. So they'll probably send us up this way, depending on traffic. And then we'll get the we're going to request the RNAV approach rather than doing an ILS. We always do ILSs, so let's do an RNAV instead. So RMP 26 right, 26 left, sorry, and we'll have another look at that in a moment. So our minimums are going to be 580 feet. We're going to start our descent now. We're 18 miles out. We'll just give it a mile or so to slow down. And it'd probably help if I set a lower altitude in the MCP, wouldn't it? The FCU, sorry. Alright, cool. So, we'll get our information put in. 1026. Temperature is 20. And the winds are 2307. Transition level is 6070 even. And our MDA is going to be 580 if we plan for the RNAV. There we go. That's all set, and let's see. We are descending a bit slowly here, actually. For some reason, the aircraft wants us to descend a bit slower. So we'll give ourselves 2,000 feet per minute so we can have a 3-degree descent towards Kidley. I'm actually going to give us a bit more vertical speed there because we are a bit high now. Alright, so that's Gatwick Director contacting us. Gatwick Director, good afternoon. Shuttle 2509, information Sierra, type Airbus A319. Kidley 1 Golf arrival descending now, passing flight level 160 for 150, Shuttle 2509.
Hello, landing runway 26 left, no delay.
26 left, no delay, Shuttle 2509.
Golf with the minimum for 1 Mike 2500.
47 Golf, hello, climb now, flight level 180.
Climb level 180, 47 Golf.
Alright, Alt Star. We made it, guys. We made it. 150 by Kidley. Love to see it. We'll set our auto brake to low as well. We can expect further descent in just a moment.
Tango, leave 2 FODs heading 080 degrees.
Heading 080 degrees, left-hand 080 degrees, November 45 Whiskey Tango.
45 Whiskey Tango negative, leave 2 FODs heading 080 degrees.
Oh, okay, leave 2 FODs at 080 degrees, sorry about that, November 45 Whiskey Tango.
Correct, Zulu request vectors to Gatwick.
Alright. We're just going to wait.
Director, hello, report passing level. Landing runway 26 left.
Landing runway 26 left.
Echo Yankee Zulu, report passing level.
8,000.
I'm just going to wait to speak here because I'm ready for further descent. Shuttle 2509, ready for further descent.
Standby.
Standing by.
Charlie, turn left now, heading 340 degrees.
Turning left, heading 340. DC31 Charlie.
Yankee Zulu, turn right, heading 180 degrees.
Turn right, 180. Gatwick Director, good afternoon. EC279 Whiskey Lamborn 6 mag departure, passing altitude 3,000 feet, climb at 5,000.
EC279 Director, hello, climb now, flight level 190.
Climb now, flight level 190, EC279 Whiskey.
Catch 1, maintain altitude 3,000 feet.
3,000, catch 1.
Catch 1, your outside controlled airspace will be a traffic service with your own terrain clearance.
It's keeping us high here.
Alternate traffic service as well for catch 1.
It's keeping us high.
Gatwick server requesting arrival.
Stand by. 45 Whiskey Tango 40, track miles, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1026.
Descend, say again for November 45 Whiskey Tango.
45 Whiskey Tango, descent altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1026.
Descend 3,000, QNH 1026, November 45 Whiskey Tango.
Alright, we're just going to stick in here
Clear to enter controlled airspace, on present heading at altitude 3,000 feet IFR.
so I can see how far we are away. We're getting very high here.
Catch 1, clear to enter controlled airspace, on present heading altitude 3,000 feet IFR.
Actually, no, we're
3,000 feet IFR.
we're actually low, so
Catch 1, clear to enter controlled airspace.
apparently.
The clearance, read back.
Clear to enter controlled airspace.
Oh, we are actually. Yeah, we're actually chilling.
Catch 1,
Ignore me.
correct. You're now in controlled airspace, radar control.
Alright guys, I'm going to catch up with the chat momentarily, but I'm just trying to listen really because this guy's very busy and I don't want to ask him to repeat himself.
C279 Whiskey, turn left now, heading 360 degrees.
Left heading 360 degrees, EC279 Whiskey.
Catch 1, turn right, heading 230 degrees. When established on the localizer, runway 26 left, descend on the glide path.
Yeah, Roger, could you just repeat the heading to me? Didn't quite catch that. Catch 1.
Catch 1, turn right, heading 230 degrees. When established on the localizer, runway 26 left, descend on the glide path.
Right heading 230, when established on the localizer, descend on the glide path, T7, catch 1.
EC47 Lima Golf, monitor Unicom 12 to decimal 8, bye-bye.
Unicom 12 decimal 8, EC47 Lima Golf.
EC31 Charlie, monitor Unicom 12 to decimal 8, bye-bye.
Monitoring Unicom 12 to decimal 8. Thank you very much. EC31 Charlie.
Let's get the tower frequency in here as well on the standby. 124 225.
Whiskey, resume on navigation direct Brookman Park.
And then we'll do the same as what we did at Manchester. We'll get the ground frequency in on this side as well.
EC279 Whiskey, A firm, resume on navigation direct Brookman Park VOR.
Bravo Papa with Kilo VOR, EC279 Whiskey.
1218 is the ground at Gatwick. All right. Michael, thank you very much for the 50 stars, by the way. Apologies, I missed that a little bit earlier on. Just got my hands full a little bit here. So, yeah, thank you very much, nevertheless. Very, very kind of you. Very, very kind. Thank you very much, Manical, as well. Thank you, dude. I imagine you've been on my Instagram or something like that, but yeah, thank you. Yes, it is. It is my job, yeah. Chris asks...
Left, no delay. Port aircraft type. Information Sierra.
Chris asks if ATC direct you to a hold, how would you handle that? Maybe a tutorial idea. Well, in the Airbus, it's quite simple, actually. What you'd do is you would go to your direct page, and if it's obviously not on your flight plan already, which in most scenarios it is going to be on your flight plan already. If it's not, you would put the waypoint in here, and then descend flight level 70, shuttle 2509.
Easy 2, correction, easy 46, Foxtrot Hotel, speed 220 knots or less. Turn right, heading 080 degrees.
Alright, we're going to go open descent, thrust idle, descending flight level 070.
Easy 46, Foxtrot Hotel, turn right, heading 080.
Actually, we'll go to just Des, manage descent.
Left turn 080, speed 220 left, easy 46 Foxtrot Hotel.
We are actually on our profile here. He's giving us that clearance at the perfect time, so yeah, we're good. Speed is slowing to 250 knots as per the restriction at this next waypoint. 2 FOS coming up, 250 knots. But yeah, you would, Chris, you would go direct to it. But I mean, it's very rare you get asked to put in a hold on. Oh look, there we go, there's an aircraft passing below us. I think we've missed him. Yeah, like I say, it's very rare you get asked to put in a hold, to be honest, but if you were asked to put in a hold, you would just go to your flight plan page, and usually they would say descend on the SID and hold at this point, and then you just go into the hold page here, and then put in your inbound course, and then activate the hold. But if you wanted to go direct, you would to a waypoint that's off your flight plan, you would put it in here, and then you would do the same thing, go into your flight plan page and put the hold in like that. So that's how you do it.
Turn left heading 290 degrees. When established on the localizer runway 26 left, descend on the glide path. Turn left heading 290 degrees. When established on the localizer.
Alright, slow into 250 knots as required, that's fine.
46 Foxtrot Hotel, negative, maintain heading 060 degrees.
Looking good. I need to request the RNAV approach pretty soon.
46 Foxtrot Hotel, 20 track mount, set altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1016.
4,1016, easy 46 Foxtrot Hotel.
Easy 46 Foxtrot Hotel, speed 18, correction 18 knots or less.
Quite busy here though, as you can hear.
46 Foxtrot Hotel.
We're probably going to get onto Vector soon though.
C187 Garrick Vector, hello, climb now, flight level 170. Climb now, flight level 170, easy 46 Foxtrot Hotel, turn left, heading 290 degrees. When established on the localizer, runway 26 left, descend on the glide path.
Left heading 290, when established, descend on the glide path, 26 left, easy 46 Foxtrot Hotel.
Shuttle 2509, turn left now, heading 075.
Left heading 075, shuttle 2509.
Golf Sierra Bravo, clear to enter the Gatwick control zone via the hand cross VRP, not above altitude.
Alright, it's given us vectors.
QNH 1026.
It's went to the Gatwick control zone via the hand cross VRP, not above altitude, 1000 feet, VFR, QNH 1026, Golf Sierra Bravo.
Golf Sierra Bravo, correct.
Make sure we keep that 3 degrees coming.
45 Whiskey Tango, turn left heading 230 degrees to re-establish on the localizer, runway 26 left.
Turn left heading 230 to re-establish on the localizer, November 45 Whiskey Tango. Gatwick approach, Swiss 79er at 6000.
Swiss 79er, Garrick Vector, hello, monitor Unicom now, 123.
So it's sending us over Willow.
123, goodbye.
Going direct to Condor 152 with you, 150.
Stand
Shuttle 2509 is requesting the RMP for 26 left.
Ghana, roger, vectors for the RMP approach, runway 26 left via O'Levy.
Say again for Shuttle 2509.
Shuttle 2509 vectors for the RMP approach, runway 26 left via O'Levy.
Vectors for the RMP approach, 26 left via O'Levy, Shuttle 2509. I think I actually blocked him there by accident. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so we got 10,000 feet. Let's get the landing lights on and the nose lights on. Get the seatbelt signs on as well. We've got our RNAV approach via O'Levy, so that's good. What we'll do is we've got O'Levy here. So we're on vectors at the moment, so we'll set up our extended center line again. So we want 078 as the reciprocal course. So we're going to select O'Levy, and we're going to go 078. Descend 3000 QNH 1026, shuttle 2509. Okay, so we're going down to 3000 QNH 1026, and our extended center line, O'Levy, radial in 078. We'll collect inserts. We're going to pull the heading straight away. So I've got extended center line here. I'm just going to check. Oh my god, look how many aircraft are on the ground. Oh dear. 1026 is set and checked.
Easy 46 Foxtrot Hotel. Contact Gatwick Tower now, 124.225. Bye.
124.225, 46 Foxtrot Hotel.
It's getting busy here, holy crap.
220 knots or greater.
Shuttle 2509, speed 220.
45 Whiskey Tango, speed 220 knots or less.
Speed 220 or less, November 45 Whiskey Tango.
Control Limo 5151, direct to hello, landing runway 26 left, no delay. Report aircraft type, information Tango.
This is getting crazy on the on the ATC right now, guys, so I'm going to have to concentrate.
Information Tango.
There is a VATSIM event about to start, yeah. Midweek madness.
Condor 152, descend, flight level 70.
Descend, flight level 70, Condor 15.
The weather's gone a bit funny as well, hasn't it? Let's just try it again. Let's just do a refresh. Oh, it's even worse. We're really struggling to slow down here, actually, aren't we? Let's just bring our speed brakes out. I'm going to reduce our vertical speed a bit. Right, guys, I'll catch up with the chat momentarily.
Very good afternoon to you from helicopter Bravo 60 X-ray, bound from the north, altitude 1,500 feet. We have Tango QNH 1026.
Standby brake, shuttle 2509 and turn left heading 310 degrees.
Left heading 310, shuttle 2509.
45 Whiskey Tango, turn left heading 070 degrees.
Left heading 070 degrees, 45 Whiskey Tango.
Shuttle 2509 at speed 180 knots or greater.
Speed 180 or greater, shuttle 2509.
Director, hello, easy 74 X-ray box, climbing through 3000.
180 or greater is fine with us. What I'm going to do is we'll go to the progress page, sorry, perf page. We'll activate our approach phase so that we've got that armed and ready. Our clean speed is 200 knots. So I'm actually going to go...
Navigation direct O'Levy. You have 20 track miles remaining. Cleared RMP approach runway 26 left, QNH 1026.
Resume home navigation, direct or levy. Cleared RNAV approach, runway 26 left to QNH 1026, short 2509. Alright, so back to our navigation, and we're basically just going to push the heading bug back in, and what that's going to do is going to give us a nice little intercept course that it's going to draw in for us there, and that's going to send us basically direct to our levy.
From the north, not above altitude 1,500 feet. Clear for QNH 10.
We're slowing down now to our green dot speeds. You can see the LDEV and VDEV scales have come up here as well.
Control zone from the north, not above altitude 1,500 feet, VFR.
We're going to keep 1,000 feet per minute on the vertical speed, that's fine.
160 Tango X-ray, correct.
And we're cleared for the approach, so let's activate approach mode. So we're going to get alt final, and we're still in heading for now.
Turn left, heading 080 degrees.
Left 080, Condor 15.
160 Tango X-ray, inside controlled airspace, radar control, route towards the field, reported in sight.
Speed is fluctuating quite a lot here, so I'm just keeping my eye on that. I'm going to give it a little bit of speed break. Alt star, final is armed.
Tango X-ray, contact Gatwick Tower now, 124.225, fine.
124.225.
Alright, we've got alt and app nav.
Golf Sierra Bravo, inside controlled airspace, radar control, route towards the field, reported in sight.
Radar control service, and we have the field in sight, Golf Sierra Bravo.
Golf Sierra Bravo, contact Gatwick Tower now, 124.225, bye.
We're going to get past to tower momentarily. Alright, approach checklist. Briefing is confirmed, ECAM status is checked. Landing distance is 11 miles. Seatbelts are on, barrel rift is 1026, set both sides. Minimums of 580, engine mode selector is normal, approach checklist complete. Alright, so we can expect to start our descent at Kilo 26 Lima Foxtrot, the next waypoint in 1.9 miles.
Speed 160 knots or greater until 4 DME.
Speed 160 or greater till 4 DME, shuttle 2509. Okay, so we're going to go for flaps 1.
Descent to altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1026.
Descent 3,000 and 1026, Condor 15.
Alright, we've got final lap. VDEV's coming down. And we're going to go for flaps 2. I'm going to set on the speed 160.
Hello, this is Wiz.
Otherwise the aircraft will slow down to the VAP speed, so we don't want that. We want 160 till 4 DME.
Hello, climb now, flight level 180. Climb flight level 180 with 5010. Shuttle 2509, contact Gatwick Tower now, 124.225, bye.
124.225, shuttle 2509, thank you.
Easy 74.
Alright, 2,000 feet above ground level, let's get the gear down. And we'll go to flaps 3.
Alpine 1629 with Tango, holding point line 1.
Alpine 1629 at Gatwick Tower, hello, hold Alpha 1. Correction, hold Mike 1.
We'll continue to hold Mike 1, Alpine 1629.
Gatwick Tower, good afternoon, shuttle 2509, RMP approach 26 left, 4.8 miles.
Shuttle 2509, Gatwick Tower, hello, continue approach runway 26 left.
Continue approach 26 left, shuttle 2509. Okay, let's go to flaps full. And we're at 4 DME, so we can actually go to, we can start decelerating.
Traffic is a light fixing the aircraft, correction, a helicopter north of the field and a light fixing the aircraft south of the field, runway 26 left, surface winds 230 degrees, 7 knots cleared to land.
26 left, clear to land, shuttle 2509.
Shuttle 91 Tango, contact Gatwick Charts.
Alright, let's ping the cabin, and we need to arm the spoilers as well. Let's make sure the cabin crew are seated. They are indeed. So landing checklist, cabin crew advice, auto thrust is speed, ECAM memo is landing no blue, and the auto brake is set to low. Landing checklist complete. Alright, now we've had the weather mess up on us again, but look at all the aircraft down there, holy crap. The runway is in sight roughly, but it's so difficult to see. I'm not even going to bother taking out the autopilot just yet.
November 160 Tango X-ray, journal report final number 2, following the British Airways A319 on shore final. Caution, weight turbulence, recommended distance 5 nautical miles.
Alright.
Try and follow the British way A320, then we'll keep.
Okay, 100 above. Let's disconnect. Minimums continue. We're a touch low, according to the Pappies. There we go.
And tower from November 60 Tango X-ray, please confirm, should we follow the traffic that is about to touch down on 26 left now?
Ifr.
Roger that.
Golf Sierra Bravo, we have the British Airways Airbus on final. Sign. Golf Sierra Bravo, roger.
50, 40. Easy 46 Foxtrot, we are holding short runway.
Easy 46 Foxtrot, tail contact, Gatwick ground 121.8, bye-bye.
Ground 121.8, bye-bye, easy 46 Foxtrot, yeah.
Decel. Got full reverse.
And November 60 Tango X-ray, turning final now 26 left.
80 knots. Beautiful. Let's get the auto brakes off.
Shuttle 2509, welcome to Gatwick, vacate right when able.
Wilco, Shuttle 2509. Alright, let's get the flaps up. Spoilers disarmed.
Here's a salutation on a 8 mile final from a 26 left.
Roger, left of the traffic, Golf Sierra Bravo. 0 Tango X-ray, final approach 26 left.
Roger, November 160 Tango X-ray, runway 26 left, surface winds 2 degrees, 7 knots, clear to land.
Clear to land 26 left now, November 60 Tango X-ray.
Shuttle 2509, welcome to Gatwick, taxi, second right Juliet, hold short Romeo.
Second right Juliet, hold short Romeo, Shuttle 2509.
Wizard 2 Mike November, holding short Alpha 2. Wizard 2 Mike November, Gatwick Tower, hello, hold Alpha 1. Roger, hold short Alpha 1. Golf Mike Alpha Sierra Sierra via Charlie 1 line at runway 26 left. Via Charlie 1 will line up 26 left, Golf Mike Alpha Sierra Sierra.
November 60 Tango X-ray, vacate at 26 left.
Woo, okay, let's get the landing lights off.
Juliet and contact ground 12 and decimal 8, bye-bye.
Taxi lights on, APU on.
Golf Mike Alpha Sierra Sierra, runway 26 left, surface winds 230 degrees, 7 knots, clear takeoff. Takeoff 26 left, Golf Mike Alpha Sierra Sierra. Golf Sierra Bravo, traffic is a Cessna 152 departing runway.
Alright, let's get the brake fans on. I need the ground chart here. I've got it on my other screen. I'm just going to do that for now.
Roger, cross runway 26 left threshold, above and behind the departing Cessna 152.
Cross the runway 26 left at threshold, above and behind the departing 152, Golf Sierra Bravo.
Shuttle 2509, contact ground 121 decimal 8, bye-bye.
1218, Shuttle 2509, thank you. Alright, we're going to ground.
Golf Sierra Bravo.
Okay. Oh, look at that helicopter coming in. Love it. Beautiful. Am I actually on the ground frequency? It seems very quiet. 1218. Gatwick ground, good afternoon. Shuttle 2508 on Juliet request. Taxi to stand 559er.
Shuttle 2508. Second, which stand please?
559er, Shuttle 2508.
Eurowings EZ209 contact tower 124.225.
Tower 124.225, EZ209, thanks, bud.
Shuttle 2509er, taxi to stand number 559er via Juliet, Romeo, Lima, Quebec Alpha.
Taxi stand 559 via Juliet, Romeo, Lima and Quebec Alpha, shuttle 2509.
November 16 X-ray is safe on the ground.
Alright, so we're straight forward here onto Juliet.
Sure. Here we go, the EZ276, ready taxi.
EZ276, taxi via Kilo Delta.
So we're here on Juliet. We're going to take a left onto Romeo, stay on Romeo, and then onto Lima, and then Quebec Alpha up here. Our stand is here.
Traffic ahead, coffee with Charlie. EZ276.
559 are actually up there, sorry. I requested the wrong stand. Oops, oh well. Woo, right guys, that wasn't too bad. That was a pretty decent landing, I think. I think we got there. Still, again, struggling with that whole flaring situation with this new springs, but I think in the long run it's going to be better. So left onto Sierra here. You probably saw the sign just now.
Juliet 16 Papa, taxi to holding point Alpha 3, runway 26 left via Kilo, November, Alpha November.
Kilo, November, and Alpha November to holding point Alpha 3, runway 26 left, Juliet 19 Lima 16.
Oh no, I've turned on to Sierra, haven't I? I think I meant, I wrote it down wrong. I need to be on, where did I turn on to? I've turned on to Sierra by accident. Gatwick ground, apologies, I've turned on to Sierra instead of Romeo. Apologies, short 2508.
Shuttle 250, no problem, sir. Sierra, Lima, Quebec Alpha, stand 559.
Sierra, Lima, Quebec Alpha, stand 559, short 2508. Once again, apologies. Alright, cool. It's because the way I've written my Juliet on my notepad, it actually looks like an S. So yeah, that's my bad. APU is available. We'll start the chrono, even though it's already been a few minutes.
Speedbird 137, taxi to holding point, correction, taxi via Kilo, Papa, Alpha November, hold short November.
Kilo, Papa, Alpha November, hold short November, Speedbird 137.
EZ276, follow Speedbird Airbus A319 via Kilo, Papa, Alpha November, hold short November.
Alright.
Alpha November, hold short November, EZ276.
Right, let's get the weather radar off and the predictive wind shear off. We'll get our TCAS sets off as well. Put that to altitude only. After landing checklist, flaps are up, spoilers are disarmed, APU is on, predictive wind shear is off, radar is off, after landing checklist complete. So we're going to take a left onto Quebec Alpha, which is the next left here. And we're going to go stand 559er. Look at all these aircraft here, I love it. Look at all these EasyJets, they're all people on VATSIM, it's crazy.
November 45 Whiskey Tango, request taxi to...
what's the next flight? This is going to be the last flight, unfortunately, today, Ramsey dudes. Last flight today. Wade says, do you want to buy a kangaroo? I'm not sure I have any room for a kangaroo, to be quite honest, dude. Those streamers must have two brains to explain what they're doing and listen to ATC at the same time. Yeah, it's quite a challenge. It's quite a challenge, I'm not going to lie.
Also, we cleared to cross runway 26 right.
Let's get the nose lights off.
Cross 08 left, Juliet and Unicorn.
Roger that, cross 08 left, and then Juliet and Unicorn, November 45 Whiskey Tango.
Oh dear, what's going on with the jetways here?
Gatwick ground, EZ295 is ready for push to start, stand 104. EZ295, stand by.
Oh no, I've still got my strobes on.
Juliet 16 Papa contact, tower 124.225.
Decimal 225, Juliet Mike Lima 16, Papa, good night.
Seatbelt 137, confuse taxiway Alpha November to holding point Alpha 3, contact number 124, decimal 225.
Alright, parking brake is set. Oh, we've got this little thing that's appeared. I am going to turn the radios off. We'll turn the transponder off. We'll shut down both the engines as we've got the APU already started. We'll start the APU bleed. Beacon light can come off. Seatbelt signs can come off. We'll go ahead and see what the jetway is going to do here. I'm not sure if it's going to work properly, but we'll put it on automatic, see what happens. Okay, it's just connected for us just instantaneously. Fair enough. I'll take it. I'll take it. Chrono can come off as well. And we'll open the doors for the passengers and get them off. Alright, great stuff. Flight directors can come off as well. We'll turn these off as well. Fuel pumps can come off. We'll get the ground power connected as well. And we'll turn that on. Beautiful stuff. Okay. We could go ahead and turn the APU off so we don't have that on stand. Ground control can come on as well. Parking checklist. Yellow electric pump is off. APU bleed is off. Engines are off. Seatbelts are off. External lights as required. Fuel pumps are off and the parking brake is in. So we'll just wait for our passengers to deboard now. It seems like the passengers were pretty happy with the landing. 146 feet per minute. Perfect, well done. Can't complain at all too much there. I'll take it. And there we go. Beautiful stuff. But yes, Manical, apologies I missed your message earlier on. But yeah, certainly a fan of the progress page. Very, very useful to use, 100%. Yeah, I mean, you might as well use it. It's there, and there's no reason not to use it. It's just, yeah, very, very useful. All right, guys, if you enjoyed that taxiing and landing and the flight in general, if you're watching on either YouTube or Facebook, really appreciate if you hit the thumbs up or the reaction. Would really, really appreciate that. It really helps out the stream. And, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're just going to get the passengers deboarded here, and we're going to watch the replay and see what that looked like from the outside. Manical, take it easy, dude. Thank you very much for tuning in, brother. And glad you enjoyed. I'll catch you again soon. All right, we've got this one stubborn passenger who still won't deboard, so we'll do an instant deboard. A+, everything's in the green. Absolutely brilliant there. 92% passenger rating, and that was a very, very nice flight, I think. Did very well there, I think. Very, very good. I am pleased with that. All right, great stuff. Let's have a look then at the replay. Chris, thank you very much, dude. You have a fantastic evening as well. Thank you very much for tuning in as ever. We're just going to check out the replay here real quick, and then that's going to be it. So let's have a look then, see how that looked coming in. The weather, like I say, it's a bit messed up at the moment. So let's just do a bit of that so it's at least a bit more visible. And let's. Oh dear, what's happened? This doesn't look good. Hopefully it doesn't crash. We're just going to give it a minute. If it crashes, that's that. But I'm just going to wait. Oh, there we go. We're back. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So this is about the time that I took the autopilot off. And that sound will stop in a minute, I promise, guys. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, it did this to me last night where it won't give me Gatwick's runway. That sound should stop in a minute. There we go. Here we go. Here's the shot. Just realised you're in the co-pilot position. Is there a reason you do this, or just like being in the right seats? Yeah, sort of. I mean, I did answer this earlier on for someone else. I think Manacle asked, but yeah, it's mainly just because, you know, I'm using a joystick. In an Airbus, we're using the side stick. Same kettle of fish, really, isn't it? So, you know, I prefer using my right hand, to be quite honest, for flight simming. So, yeah, sit in the right seat, as it would make more sense to have it that way around. Yeah, much better landing there. Still not total butter, but much better. Much better. Let's watch that again from the view like this. Alright, here we go. So that's fast forwarded. So yeah, there was quite a lot of... I had to make quite a lot of corrections coming in here because I couldn't... It was very difficult to see the runway because of that visibility depiction where it messed up. So I had to make quite a little bank here to get ourselves on the runway. And then throttled back. Nice holding the flare there and then down. Not too bad at all, really. And then onto a reverse. I think I managed to do quite well in terms of lining up to the center line as well. If we come round here as well, you can kind of see I'm a little bit off center line here, pointing to this side, and I give it a little bit of rudder just to bring the nose round, which worked quite nicely actually. And yeah, coming down right on the center line there. I'm pretty happy with that. I am pretty happy with that, I think. All right then, guys. Awesome. Awesome flights. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed as well, Mariner. Thanks very much for flying along today. Yeah, really nice flight. So yeah, thank you very much. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. That's going to be all from me for today. I'm going to leave the replay on in the background here. But I am going to head out. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed as always. And yeah, please feel free to hit the thumbs up or the reaction, whatever you want to do if you haven't already. And do consider following or subscribing. But once again, thank you very much for joining in, everyone. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. For some reason the replay thing isn't working. I'm not sure why. I do apologise. Huh. Yeah. Can't get the replay to work, guys, on the ending screen. But nevertheless, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.